Oh, that was quick. I'm glad it wasn't a shock though. It wasn't as shocking as the end of our pewing last week. I hope you guys enjoyed Knocktober, by the way.
Yeah, you guys better have enjoyed it.
I showed you guys earlier. Yeah, I have a mark. Is it a burn mark? Is that an electrical burn?
No, you just had it on way too tight.
Well, but it's a mark that's like a week later. It still has a mark.
I think it's just more of like an exact bruise.
Okay. Like
that's my
octagon bruise.
PTGMD evaluation.
You're right. That's a good point. You are a doctor.
Yeah.
When it comes to PTGMD.
Dr. Pat.
Thanks a lot for those for everybody that sent us their symptoms, which was like one person. So fuck all you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying fuck all you guys,
all
but just
of that person.
If you have any symptoms, like just any problems going on, you're like, what is this in my foot? Why is my foot tingly when I lean to my right side? Then just tweet us that at @PassingGradePod, #PTGMD. When we get enough of those, we're gonna do a whole segment of that, and that was pretty fun. We got to play the role of doctor.
I wish we had more like 11 to like 13-year-old listeners.
I don't know about that.
Just send us in like weird puberty questions, like, is this normal that I got a boner while watching baseball? Yeah, dude.
I don't think we're appropriate for 11 to 13-year-olds.
I mean, they're pretty advanced nowadays.
They are, but I'm just saying. They
literally have the entire internet in their hand at all times. I think they can handle us.
That's true. I mean, we had the internet pretty much our whole lives.
At
11
to 13? No. Because I distinctly remember trying to look at porn like in like junior high and stuff, and having to like go in and find like a naked picture online, and you have to watch the picture slowly download on the computer. And
from because they weren't like, it wasn't like videos. Like you weren't looking at videos. You were just fucking looking at like a picture of like a boob.
Print it out, and then your parents were like, "Why are we always out of printer?"
You're insane for printing that out. I would have never done that.
Oh no, dude! I had hiding spots.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Did you have Did you have a folder on the computer that was like...
No, dude, you can't have evidence on the computer that can be found. That's why you print it out.
I knew people that had it was like tax returns for 2016.
I don't know if my parents
why would you hide your fucking porn? Like, first off, why do you download porn and leave it like readily available when you could just go to like Pornhub? Like, what if I don't have internet? Then you don't jerk off that night, man. I don't know.
Just remember always slowing down your parents' computer and being like, oh, I need it to be faster for like schoolwork, but like also you weren't gonna stop looking at porn.
I'm really trying hard to do well in school, Mom. And if you could just get this computer, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the games that Will's playing. That's what I'd try and blame it on. But I don't know.
You didn't delete Kaza. I'm not deleting all of my free music.
Mom, look, I'm not gonna pay for things. All right.
Do you guys want to pay $1 per song?
I remember when
then we're gonna have a slow computer.
I remember my dad was like, "Hey, look, he got us the iPods, like the puck-sized iPods, like because I thought that was the coolest. He's like, you can put all of your music on these." I was like, "Wait, no, what?" And that was like before iPods were cool. Like that was like the first gen iPod, and it had 4 buttons up at the top. You couldn't just like hit play on the little circle thing. And I remember taking it to school and it was like, "This is the coolest fucking thing ever. I don't have to have a CD player. This is fucking great." And then he was like, "All right, well, iTunes is the way you get music. And instead of downloading illegally, why don't we're just going to get the iTunes thing, okay? And just, if you want to buy a song, just let me know." And so he typed in his credit card information. And then my brother and I quickly learned, oh, wait, we know the password. All we got to do is just say, "I want this." And then we got it. And then my dad was like, I had moved to college, and my dad was like, "What the fuck was this bill? Like, what the fuck was this iTunes bill?" I was like, "Oh, yeah." And I think I had bought like 6 albums just because I didn't think about it. Like, we just like didn't even think anything of it after a while, and just like almost like forgot that we weren't paying. Like, we knew we weren't paying for it, but it was just like, it's free. My dad was paying for it the whole time.
You could still just, back then you could illegally download songs
and just put it on iTunes.
Put it on iTunes.
Yeah, but my dad was big into like, let's just be cool. I was like, all right.
Remember parents being afraid of you being one of the ones that was caught illegally downloading? You're like, "No, Dad, I'm not uploading anything, so I'm good. We're not."
Oh, dude, I had my freshman year. I had an RA.
Sorry, Robert. We're already.
We're kind of just talking about what's going on, but I had an RA in my dorm that I got kicked out of. But the original RA I had, she got in trouble from Disney for pirating like the Princess Diaries or whatever the fuck it was. And she was like, I didn't even want to watch it. It was like, I just was looking for something to do. I was like, oh, you're a bitch. Like,
That's a terrible defense.
I didn't like her anyways because she got me kicked out for playing racquetball in the lobby. I was like, look, everybody wants to play racquetball in the lobby. Nobody was hanging out.
Was there a sign that said no racquetball in the
There
lobby?
was not.
Then
I specifically brought that up. I was like, I don't know. You tell me where it says cannot play racquetball here. Everybody's in school. So it was like a dorm where you had to be like it was like I suck at school dorm kind of. So like we're gonna help you guys that are bad at school by putting you in the same.
You were in the moron dorm.
Kind of, but like I enrolled so late and couldn't find housing, so I just got thrown into that one because I had an opening. And they were like, "Well, you're gonna be in all these classes." Like, yeah, I already signed up for classes, so I'm not. And like all of these kids in the dorm had like the same classes, so they were able to study together. And I was like, I'm not in any of these people's classes.
Wait, if they were all bad at school, how'd they get into college?
Well, I mean, it's just like they weren't good at studying and shit. So it was a way to create like a built-in study group with people you lived with, like you lived around. And I was like, I just don't need that. Like I'm an adult. Like
that sounds super lame.
We need to be adults at this point. And I was just coming out of high school. I'm not saying I had it all figured out, but I was like, I don't think I need to have like a built-in study hall
I probably
to graduate college. It would have helped if I had actually participated in it.
Well, I was really smart growing up, so like I never studied and never had to. I could just like show up and get A's and everything. So when I got to college and had to study, I was like, I don't know.
And see,
how to do
I
this.
was kind of like that where I thought I was smart though, but I wasn't as smart as I thought I was. And then I went to college and was like, fuck, I wasn't smart to begin with.
Yeah.
Now this is really hard.
Well, I was the kind of smart where like I could just not pay attention in class and like blow off doing my work and like either do it at the last second or like still show up to the test and get like a B or an A or whatever, like still get good grades. So then when I got to college and I had to go to class and like pay attention during class and not sleep,
yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm supposed to retain information here? That's
Whoops.
not good.
Yeah.
And then in 2 years I got suspended. So
well, you know what? You turned out okay. Turned out okay if I can say so.
I'm not doing drugs.
Hey, you're right. Yep. I don't see any train tracks on those. I see
no needle marks.
Speaking, let's get back on topic though. Speaking of what I do see on your arm though, I see another shock collar. Ooh. This is the second week. It's not. Don't worry, because we have wacky October themes.
Yeah.
It is not Shocktober. It is indeed Knocktober. Oh, thank God. All right, so we incorporated the shock collars because I spent money on the shock collar. So I mean, I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Yeah. And we upped the voltage this week for you guys.
Yeah,
too.
now we're about as high as you can go on the voltage. So
don't lie to them. We're at a 4 out of 5 now.
About as high as you can go is what I said. So 4 out of 5 is about as high as you can go. It's literally one less than the highest you could go. So that was pretty accurate, I would say.
You could have just said 4. We're on 4.
Well, they don't know how many settings are on it. I just said about as high. All right, it's gonna be intense. It's not fun. I'll tell you what. We tried it out. It's not great, but it was at I think a 2 or a 3 last week.
I think I was on 2 and you were on 1. Robert, you said you moved him to 1.
Yeah, Robert thought I was suffering too much.
Well, I've got more padding, so
more padding. Get it?
I'm fat. Oh, I didn't
get it. Get it? Because I said Pat. No. All right, so it's Knocktober, but basically, I know you're like, what does not? That has nothing to do with Shocktober, but we have this on here because something that happens when you tend to knock on doors is occasionally if you have a dog, dogs like to bark at. Thank God. All right, so dogs like to bark at doors, and Wheezy is a big fan of barking when she hears any noise. Although she's being pretty chill looking at us right now, not barking. I think she sees us doing it, so that's why she's not doing it. But I was like, well, Knocktober, like, why don't we have Robert tell us a knock joke every time we hear a knock? And then if the dog barks at all, like anytime the dog barks, it's like a team building exercise now.
Yeah.
It's us and Wheezy on a team.
With Robert.
As kind of the overseer, I guess. And
that sounds racist.
Does it?
Overseers were the guys that kept track of the slaves, bro. Man, you really didn't pay attention in school, huh?
I mean, on Fallout, the overseer is the person that's in charge of the vault. So that's kind of what I was going with.
So yeah, you didn't pay attention in school.
I mean, I also play a lot of Fallout, so whatever. But like, whenever you hear the knock, Robert's gonna tell us a knock joke. Speaking of, Robert, you got one for us?
I sure do.
Let's hear it.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Two.
To who?
It's to whom actually.
It's pretty good. We didn't say they were all going to be great. That was actually pretty good to starter.
Oh, I enjoy.
I don't know how often we're going to hear knock jokes today, but it's probably going to happen. And if we hear the dog bark, we're going to get shocked and it's not going to be fun. So we were trying to just make it fun for you guys. You never know. We're going to be in the middle talking. Shit. And I think that adds a little element of danger to the podcast. Could you argue that we're the most dangerous podcast of the game?
Danger's our middle podcast name.
I like that. Past the danger gravy. But like danger's in parentheses.
I like that.
If we didn't
That
have
also
October
sounds
names.
like having sex with somebody with AIDS, but
Ooh, yeah, it does.
danger gravy.
Let's back off of that. Let's not use that one anymore. All right, let's get into our segments then. Let's go with our first one. Where you been? Here we go.
Where you been? 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 Where you gone? Where you gone? Since you been? Where you been? Where you been? Where you been?
All right, I kind of started off. I said I've been playing a lot of Fallout. Like I get in these like wormholes, man, and I just get sucked into Fallout, and that's all I've been playing lately. And it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm building up some pretty great settlements. I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of bringing the Commonwealth back together.
Ooh.
Nobody understands any of that, but hey, it's cool and it's a fun game. And Fallout 76, I think, comes out next month, so I'm really just prepping up for that. Is kind of what I'm doing. And Fallout 76 is just like a Grand Theft Auto Online version of Fallout. So I'm pretty jacked about that. Like, games I'm really jacked about coming out are Red Dead Redemption
Yep.
and Fallout 76 are probably the two that I'm the most excited for. And then I don't think I'm going to buy a game until like Madden comes out or FIFA comes out next year.
You got no
I got them all.
No urge to buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
I've never played Assassin's Creed.
They're really fun games.
I mean, I've heard nothing but good stuff. It's just like I've never got into it, and then
Now it's kind of late in the game.
But I was never into Fallout either. And then like the commercials for the Fallout 4, I remember when that came out, I was like, wow, these look dope. Like I want to try that. That's a cool concept, and I was into it. And now every now and then I'll just get back into it, and that's what I'm doing right now. But I've been playing Fallout. I've been watching football. We'll talk football here in a second, but like I just want to like the Giants are garbage. Giants are garbage. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with saying I'm done with Eli. I'm okay just like I think he's over. It's it. When you're fingering your plastic bottle thing. Or that's
I was just trying to distract you.
Oh, you did. It worked. It worked.
This doesn't work over the radio waves.
Up. We got a knock joke. Wait, it's knock time. Oh, God damn it.
Shit.
God damn it. Wheezy. Teamwork.
Look,
Teamwork, Wheezy.
No, that's still the same parking sequence. That doesn't count. Shit.
Wheezy, stop. Hey.
Now this is still the same barking sequence.
No, you gotta guess through.
Son of a bitch. I don't like 4.
I told you when Emma comes home, she's gonna bark. So we got shocked on that, and then she was barking like that was all.
Oh, I thought she was barking because you knocked. I didn't even
Both.
realize Emma came
Both.
home.
All right, we had a knock joke. This is where it started, though. See, this is where we put the shock collars on again, guys. We're doing this for you, for the pod.
For the pod.
So wait on some knock jokes. Knock. Who's there?
Who's there?
Tank.
Tank who?
You're welcome.
It's not even good. It wasn't tank you.
It's so dumb.
I love this thing. Though. Okay. I was gonna say before all of that started that I get it. Eli's done. I love Eli. I don't care, but Eli's done. I'm okay with that. Justin Herbert. I'm on that train now. That's all I've been doing. I watched Oregon. I watched so many Justin Herbert Oregon highlights, and then I watched the entire Washington Oregon game. Like rewatched it to watch his play. Like, all right, what do you do right here? How did he read the blitz? I like Justin Herbert. That's who I want. I don't want anybody else.
So when do you want Kyle Lauletta to start starting?
I don't want Kyle Lauletta to start starting.
You know he's going to at some point this year, though, right?
Is he? He's not. He's the third string quarterback. Alex Tanney is the backup quarterback for the Giants. Right now.
But if they pull Eli, they're going to put Lauletta in. They're not going to play Alex Tanney because they're going to see what they have. Because what if that dude just balls out of his fucking mind? And you're like, well, we don't have to go quarterback.
He's a spider.
So you have because you're set up to go quarterback right now. You have to let him play. You have to let him play. To see
I don't
what you
disagree
have.
with it.
At the very least, he's going to play the last 4 games.
I've just turned in I wanted to kill myself 90% of the time watching that Giants game on Thursday. Emma, just update. Come here. Let's update. Alex did a fucking great job on Thursday with the Giants, right?
not being a terrible screaming fan.
Sure.
I just sat on the couch and just laughed at them when they were bad.
I think she's gotten to the point to where she
doesn't
just
care.
completely tunes it out when you're watching them, so she doesn't even notice.
Well,
it.
thanks for that riveting report.
I mean, I guess if there's no yelling, I'm not like, oh my god, like shaking scared. But no, you didn't yell. But like, I feel like you wish death upon somebody.
Myself.
No.
So I didn't have to finish the game.
Maybe torn Achilles. It'd be great. It'd be great if you didn't get back up. It would be great if you just sat there and died.
Well, I mean, you always
Those
kind of
kinda
want that.
stuff.
Not death, but like injury
Cancer,
sometimes.
too.
I didn't say that.
No,
None of that.
Yeah,
I've
but no,
heard it.
but
Things
that-
Yeah, I'm
but-
talking
but that's
about, like,
normal as
that
a
wasn't-
sports fan.
No.
That
I
wasn't-
heard
yeah.
You wish someone was hurt. You know, it'd be great if you didn't get back up. It'd be great if your Achilles was torn. It'd be great.
It honestly might have been Eli, where I was like, hey, maybe he should just stay down. He should probably just stay down.
See, I don't usually wish like cancer stuff on people, but all the time I'm like, dude, how great would it be if he just got a 1 week concussion? Like, I don't want it to be bad, or like, oh, dude, his ankle sprain that keeps him out just the rest of this game. Let his career be okay.
Just a couple more quarters.
But like, maybe your entire
That's
team can't
reasonable.
get back up against the Packers.
That's reasonable.
Okay, well, I was trying to make a great point that I'm doing well, and then Emma just comes and shits all over it. So
At
thanks for
sports?
nothing, Emma.
You're all right. You're better. When it comes to being mad about sports.
Anyways,
So it sounds like you're just being a bad fan of your own team.
no, I'm not. I'm just I care, and I'm really trying.
Apparently, you care less this year.
I'm really trying to distance myself from like this can't affect my everyday life. Like I can't just like my week can't be ruined.
I don't
by
see
this.
myself ever getting to that point.
I'm trying so hard though, and just like I can't. There's got to be some part of me that just can't care about it as much, you know. And
I don't understand that.
Like, but I hate it. I just hated watching it, and like now I just like it's like 3 hours of just watching. Just like I just dread it all week long now. And
Is this
one?
what it felt like being a Browns fan for the last 30 years?
I can't lie. I'm really glad they're bad. They've been bad. I'm glad that the Giants have been bad.
Fuck off. Get off this podcast.
Hey, I'm not.
I just turned her mic off.
I'm not saying you should do this, but socks full of oranges don't leave bruises.
We don't condone hitting women here on this podcast. We do not condone that.
No, but I said
We
I'm
do
not.
not condone
I said
that.
I'm not saying you should do it. That was just a fun fact.
That was just something he
thought.
thought of. That was
Yeah.
just a lot of people don't know that. So just basically one more thing I wanted to say was just like
Terrible thing
I
to
found
say.
a little bit of beauty in all of this, and it's that I haven't had to I've had a pretty stress-free Sunday. I will have 3 out of the next 4 weeks stress-free Sundays, where Giants played Thursday last week, so I didn't have to worry about it last week. Then this Sunday, Giants play on Monday. Then they play a Sunday game next week. But then the next week they have a bye week. So that's 3 out of 4 weeks. So it's
You're
like,
gonna get
haha,
killed on
I can
Monday.
watch real games. Yeah, they're going to get murdered. Absolutely murdered. I'm not looking forward to watching it, but I will because I haven't missed a game since I was like 7.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty much what I've been up to. What about you?
I finished Batman Arkham City.
Okay, did you beat it?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I don't
how
know.
else do
Maybe you
finish
just got
it?
frustrated and quit.
No, so
That's how some games end.
I haven't started Arkham Knight yet, the third and final game in the series. I'm gonna play that. Start that soon. I played a bunch of Fortnite this weekend. That was fun. Obviously, football and baseball. Watching a bunch of that. Actually, Monday I was working, so I couldn't watch all of the Packers as much as I wanted, but I stream it on my phone while I'm at the expo line, getting all the food out to tables and stuff. But when the night ended, I finished everything I had to do, but it was just getting down to that area where Aaron led those final 2 scoring drives in the last 3 minutes.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I'm done. I was like, I could get in the car and just head home now. And I was like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and sit down and watch the rest of the game now. Like, I'm tired of being at work, but
like that's
there's
how
a TV here.
That's how I am. Where you're like, I get and you're just kind of like you're not mad, but you are mad. Where you're like this goddamn team is making me sit here at work at a place I don't want to be just so I can fucking watch your game.
But that wasn't how I was looking at it because we played like shit all the way basically until then. And I was like I'm finishing up in the room where the TV is, and I'm kind of watching it as I'm finishing, and Aaron is driving. And I'm like, ooh, well, I got to watch this drive. And Packers don't go down. Aaron's throwing fucking dimes all over the field. The Packers score. Now, and I texted my brother and I was like, I'm gonna leave after the extra point. And as soon as I said that, I immediately texted back, wait, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna watch the rest of the game. Because I was like, we scored. And I was like, well, if the defense gets a stop here, then we can fucking go and get this shit done and win.
We got this.
So then, of course, I sit down, bam, score, go down again. Aaron, the legend of Aaron Rodgers just continues. just goes down for another
Yet again.
comeback win, which I'm fucking sick and tired of comeback wins. Our defense needs to step it up.
I'd love a good
I'm
comeback
so
win.
tired of it. But so yeah, watch that. Got some dubs in Fortnite this weekend. Played some video games. Drank a lot. I think Friday night I went to bed at like 3:30 in the morning, and like Saturday night I went to bed at like 4:15 in the morning, just because I was just drinking and playing video games by myself and watching Netflix. So waking up Sunday kind of sucked. Notre Dame still undefeated, motherfuckers.
Dude, can we talk a little college then? Like Notre Dame, like they're playoff bound, right?
They are. Thank you, LSU, for knocking out the Georgia Bulldogs.
I was about to say, because it would have been Georgia and Bama.
Because that drops Notre Dame into the 4th spot.
Number 4. And I don't see them losing a game.
They shouldn't.
I don't see them losing
They
out.
should
Right.
not. They've got a very
But
easy schedule
it's
the rest
very
of the way.
Notre Dame of them to
They're
like.
off- they're
Have
off
y'all played
this
Navy
week.
yet?
No, I think we're off this week, and then
That's
I think
a
we
trap
have,
game.
We have Air Force.
See
the
those,
week after.
but those are the ones where it's like
Fucking triple option teams.
they
man.
always give Notre Dame always has like one where you're like, what the fuck? Like, no, how did they lose? It's like USC. You just lose like some shit team. You're like, what?
But like
When USC was good, they would like lose like Oregon State, and you're like, what? How did they beat you? What?
Triple
You guys
option
scored
teams
70
are-
points a
Are a
game.
pain in the ass because you're like, oh, they're running the triple option because they suck. So like, you're obviously a better program, but like the triple option, like it's so hard to play against.
I played NCAA football. I remember that. I mean, not in real life, but the video game. And if you could master that shit, nobody would ever beat you.
Yeah. So it's such a pain in the ass.
Remember that year with Vince Young? Oh my God, you were killing anybody on NCAA if you could master the triple option.
Oh, you didn't need it. You're talking about NCAA 05? Little inside tip here. If anyone wants to go back and play this video game from 13 years ago, if you had Vince Young and you're running, there was like a little glitch, you can call it, in the game where if you had to hold down the right trigger to turbo to like sprint. If you released it,
So many people are lost on this conversation right now, but it doesn't matter.
If you
just embrace.
if you release the sprint button and you're like running with Vince Young, or I guess any running quarterback in that, you could just like change directions immediately.
I love that.
So like you do that and you're running down the field and nobody can catch you when you're Vince Young anyway. But if they get an angle, you just change directions immediately, letting go of it, and you can literally zig like up and down the field, no ability to stop.
I think it was Vince Young, NCAA 05, and then was it Michael Vick and Madden 04? Like those
Unstoppable.
those were the two like video game players in football video games where it's just like that's just not fair.
Yeah, you
Like there was that remember like you'd play against friends and like the rules like you can't be the Falcons.
Yeah.
You just can't be the Falcons or you
figured
can't
out
be Texas.
The only way to stop them back then is every play you had to run a double corner blitz, so they couldn't just immediately sprint to the outside.
But they could just throw it.
But then you're missing 2 secondary players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was us talking about video games that came out 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Or no,
13
years ago. Fuck. Why do I think it's like 2016?
You're welcome, guys. But yeah, that's where I've been. Just playing video games and drinking a lot.
Oh, one more. I watched because Robert's coming up, but I watched Bo Burnham's movie 8th Grade with Emma the other day. Like that's pretty accurate portrayal of like how I feel like everybody felt during 8th grade, minus the social media because we didn't have like Instagram and Snapchat and all that shit. But like it was like I'm a diehard fan of The Office, as you guys all know, and it had so much of that just
Really?
like cringe in it where you're just like stop, don't. And like I was like, that was me though. Like where you like everything you say, you go back in your mind and you're second guessing. Like, does everybody hate me? Was I an idiot? Like, and like there's still some of that, and I think everybody, like I still like I say shit and I'm like, I was pretty dumb. But now I've just learned like 90% of what I say is dumb. So like,
Yeah, as an adult,
it's
you just don't care.
It's just
anymore.
gonna happen.
How'd you guys react to the car scene?
I haven't seen it yet.
Ooh, the
I'm
car
talking about
scene was.
Alex
I thought it was well done. I mean, I as a male have like it's basically about if you don't really care. Like I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's basically like kind of like a not a sexual assault, but a pressured like one of those like pressured hookup
Did
things.
she have to give a blowjibber?
No,
She didn't
nothing.
want to?
No, nobody had to do anything. Nobody had to do anything.
we
It
didn't
was
see
not a
any
rape
eighth-grade
scene.
blowjobs.
Was not a rape scene, but it made me really feel like I mean, obviously we're not women. We can identify as however we want to. I don't believe any of us three identify as women, but I've never felt how that was, and like I feel like it was a really good job in my mind of like, holy shit, yeah, that's a hell of a situation to be in.
Yeah,
and it's like I get it, like, oh, Alex, you should have known that before. But like when the way that Bo Burnham put it all together was like, whoa, and that was pretty great. But the whole movie, just like when you're an asshole to your parents in middle school, like that's just I regret that the most. Where it's like your parents just fucking love you and they care about you, and you're like, I'm gonna have my headphones in at dinner and be on my phone, and it's like, shut up, I don't want to talk to you. Like you're right there. They paid for your fucking food. They cooked it. They just called you down to dinner. Just act like you fucking care
Did
for
you
4
ever
seconds.
do the headphones at dinner thing?
No, but
I was
like
gonna say that's a dick move. My dad would have probably like just like hit me in the side of the
I
head.
did
and
do
be like,
it.
Take out your fucking headphones.
I did do it like sometimes when I'd be in the car with them, and I fucking hate it. Never when I was in the front seat, but if I was in the back seat, sometimes I'd throw earbuds in.
I don't think they care about that because they're like, fine, we get some fucking quiet for 20 minutes while this dickhead listens to music.
I don't know. Just like I just feel like parents.
Your parents love you, but you forget there's times when they want to fucking kill you.
My parents are cool as shit, and I don't know how they
so am
didn't
I.
kill me. I don't know how they didn't kill me, and I'm so like I hate that I was an asshole to them. Like I was such a dumbass in school, and I'm just like that movie it made you feel a lot of that shit, and it was like, all right, this is pretty good, and it's cringy.
Did you call your parents and apologize for being a dick?
I did not. I did not.
Then you don't really feel bad about it.
I do though, but internally,
Then why didn't you?
I'm still talking about it.
Why didn't you
I
apologize to
should.
Mama?
You know what? Next time I see him, I will. I'll tell him in person because that'll mean more. Let's tell you guys about who are we gonna tell you about first.
Probably Little M.
Let's do it. Let's go Little M. Let's go Little M. Congrats to Little M. Also, they're now available in iShine car washes here in H-Town, Texas. Also available at littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. If you got a smelly car that's got you down, Little M air fresheners is not only smell good, they look good too. They're made from paper and scented with essential oils, and their air fresheners are going to freshen up any space you got. They offer a variety of scents and unique designs, such as Be Cool, which is, I got that one hanging up in my car right now. I just changed that not too long ago. And Fresh to Death, my favorite scent. I would recommend it. They're all pretty good. I think the Miami Beach one is also a pretty good one. That's got the Party On and the Rad designs that are also two of my favorite. Like I like all the designs are pretty dope. My favorite is the Rad one, and then I also like Out of This World. Those are my two faves. I had Out of This World. I had Rad. I had both. I've had them almost all in my car pretty much. I just changed them out. I mean, I'm kind of in with this company, so I'm gonna support them as much as I can. They're at $2.50 for a friggin' air freshener. Like, do you want to be a normie? You want to be one of the peasants driving around with one of those stupid fucking trees in your car, or do you want to drive around in style with Little M air fresheners? Like the Rad one, like you're gonna have somebody's gonna make a comment every single time they get in your car. Like, that's a pretty tight air freshener. Like, yeah, littlemshop.com. Every single time somebody got in my car, they told me that.
That's pretty rad.
If they got it, yeah. I mean, but like then that's how you tell who your real friends are.
Yeah.
You're like, get out. Just, no, I'm not taking you. Get out. And I was an Uber driver then too, so I was, just get out. I wasn't an Uber driver. That's not true at all. But it's $2.50 for an air freshener. It's like it costs you basically nothing to try. So go check it out. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. If you buy it, hit us up, and when you get your gear, show us you putting your stuff in your car. You show it hanging from your rear view mirror. We'll repost you. We'll shout you out. We'll retweet you and everything because we want to see you guys supporting our sponsors. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. All right, let's get into Comeback Kid of the Week. How about that, guys?
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the Week. The Comeback Kid of the Week. Bitch.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I wanted a joke.
Uh-oh. It's knock joke time. What do we got? What we got right now?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
A little old lady.
A little lady
who?
I didn't know you guys could yodel.
All right, 2 of the 3 have been good.
Dude,
two of the 3 have been
I've
good.
enjoyed all 3.
I mean, I've enjoyed them all, but 2 of the 3 have been pretty good ones. So, like, keep it going. This is why we do these things. This is where you're like, wait, it says Knocktober. You've only done like 3. You're like, shut up. We just need titles.
We're only in the 3rd segment, man.
Hey, we'll figure it out.
We've
We'll
been here for
figure it out.
6.5 hours.
No, I don't. How long have we been on?
Cheating in baseball is back.
42. Yeah, cheating in baseball, big topic this week. And originally it was just pine tar. And then last night somebody dropped a bomb. And it looks like both teams might be cheating in the ALCS. Doesn't matter because I like that in baseball. Like I am one of the guys that's like, You know, chicks dig the long ball is the saying. I dig the long ball. I'm not a chick. I mean, I could identify as one if I wanted to. It's 2018. But, like, let's let everybody juice. I don't give a fuck. It's your body. If you want to go play baseball and juice, then everybody should be able to juice. I don't care.
See, you're wrong.
I don't care.
As usual.
But I'm just like I like cork bats. I like home runs. I liked a lot of that shit. I think it's fun. But, like, I get that that's, like, okay, that's taboo. What, like, I hate is just like, let's freak out over a pine tar thing. And it's like, nobody noticed it during the game. Nobody noticed it during the game. It was like the day after, like, well, my team lost. Did you see he used pine tar? He had pine tar. Obviously, that's why they won. Like, a lot of pitchers use pine tar.
And I'm gonna give a little another inside hint. That's 2 so far this episode.
Go ahead.
For all you people that don't know, everyone knows that pitchers use pine tar, and literally there's not a single batter in Major League Baseball that gives a shit. Especially, like, it's always been a thing, and batters have always been like, yeah, batters want them to use pine tar. This is what people don't
Gives
realize.
you more control.
Because, especially in October, once it
When it's
starts to get cold and you can't feel your fucking fingers, you can't feel the ball. These guys are throwing 97 miles an hour and faster. Every batter would rather them have the pine tar on and maybe get slightly more break out of their shit, but be able to control it, because nobody wants 99 miles an hour in their fucking ear.
Not me.
That's what people do. That's why you've never heard a single player call anybody out for using pine tar. It's all just fucking radio guys and sports fans going, oh, it's fucking cheating. It's because you guys don't understand the goddamn game of baseball.
Because you're a playoff fan. That's what a lot of people are.
Yeah, that's all most fans are, and it drives me fucking
I get it. There's
insane.
nothing wrong with being a T-shirt fan and a playoff fan. Just
Don't get outraged when you don't understand the fucking sport.
Sometimes you're not going to know everything. And instead of just trying to die on this hill, like, just, hey, let it go.
Just understand that,
Just let
like,
it go.
yeah, it's against the rules because it's been in the rules since, like, the 1940s when people used it solely for the experience of being able to get more break on the ball because they had control. These guys were also back then throwing 91 miles an hour tops. That's when this rule was put into effect.
You just can't be obvious about it. That's all it is. It's like, you just got to be pretty.
Yeah.
You just got to be
Nobody
discreet
cares.
about it.
Like you said, like you were telling me beforehand, Dallas Braden went through his perfect game.
Yeah, he
and
was
showed,
on.
Yeah, this is when I was using the.
He
pine
was on
tar. They
ESPN,
all
showed
know
his
it.
perfect game, and he's like, yeah, I had pine tar right there in my glove, and they'd pause it, and he's like, and then I would get it, and I'd rub it on my hand to activate it and get it sticky,
Yeah.
and then that's when you'd see me get it. There's what he called them, points of whatever.
Points of contact.
Points of contact, and he's like, so right there, now I've got 3 points of contact as opposed to 2 that I had earlier, and it was just like, what like, okay, and like he was just showing like. He fucking threw a perfect game using it. It's like, yeah, but it was in the summer. It wasn't fucking because it was cold or anything. It just doesn't fucking matter. Nobody cared. There's not an asterisk next to his perfect game.
They want them to have contact or control of the pitch, because now these guys throw so hard that if they lose control of the
might
ball, they could literally kill somebody.
Remember when Aroldis Chapman hit that guy and his whole chest was just purple?
Yeah, and that was in his side. Now imagine
Or
if
his side was
Aroldis
purple.
Chapman lost that ball up and in and hit the guy in the jaw.
Broken jaw for sure.
Like, that's a shattered jaw. What if he hits him in the eye? That's lost eyesight. I mean, one of the most famous cases of all time, Tony Conigliere, was basically this guy was like Bregman for the Red Sox coming up. This guy was going to be a Hall of Famer. Fucking gets hit by a high fastball. Never the same. Like, he just can't recover from it. Like, shit. I mean, and then you look at the Sandlot. The old guy in the Sandlot. High fastball, lost his sight.
Very true. Very true.
You're
right. That's probably the best example, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't lead with that.
Because nobody else knows who the fuck Tony Conigliere
That's
is
true.
besides me.
That's true.
But it's
yeah.
just one of those things, like, nobody gives you, like, it's part of the game. Like, if you're one of the guys going, oh, hey, they're fucking cheating, it's because you don't understand the sport of baseball and you're not an actual fan.
But what was funny was then, like, it was a lot of Astros fans, and, like, I'm not shitting on Astros fans, but it was like, I get you team lost, you want to, like, look for something that you can go at the other team to beat you with. That was... Like, I got it. I didn't agree with it.
Sports talk guys doing it,
and then
I get it's for ratings, but you have the chance to fucking educate the public. Do your goddamn job.
Yeah, but people don't tune in to be educated, though.
Well, because nobody knows.
People tune in to be entertained.
All the sports talk guys know that. You know what's entertaining? Fucking learning about the goddamn sport that you're talking about.
Well, that's just like that's what people. Why does Skip Bayless still have a job? Because Skip Bayless knows that he's going to get you to talk about him, and that keeps putting money in his pocket when you keep bitching. I can't believe Skip Bayless just had this. So, did you see his Dak takes? Like, well, you know, Aaron Rodgers was actually outplayed by Dak every single time.
Oh yeah.
Blah 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 blah. And it's like you know what he's doing, and when you reply to him, you're playing his game. You're playing into he's trolling everybody. He's just a professional troll.
I'm not, dude. I think he believes a lot of this.
I think he does too, but I think he's also. I think
That's
a
what
lot of it
Stephen
is
A.
like.
always said. Stephen A. was always like, no, this dude 100% believes.
I don't think
everything
so.
he's saying.
Because Stephen A. is a lot of it.
I don't think he's 100% believes, but I think like 80% he straight up believes what he's saying.
You know, like how you have those thoughts and you're like, I should just go tell everybody like Eli is obviously better than Tom Brady because he's the only quarterback that can beat Tom Brady. And then like, you're like, I'm not gonna go hard on that one though. I'm not gonna like go hard in the paint, and that's not gonna be the hill I die on to just say like Eli's better than Brady because Eli was the only quarterback that was able to beat Brady twice. But this is before last year, I get. But like, you could be that guy. But I think like Skip Bayless, like he has that thought and he's like, oh, this is gold. I'm running with it. And like then he just balls to the wall all out like, Dak actually is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers because you outplayed him in these 3 games. Technically, they're not playing each other, so it doesn't really have any effect. But he's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Other than that, like Mason crossbar. And then it's like, okay, tight kicker joke after the kicker made field goals this week.
The Mason.
He didn't say shit last week.
No.
And he missed like 5?
He's an absolute asshat.
But that's just like that's how people get ratings, though. So cheating in baseball is back. Also, then like,
I wanted to bring this up. While
the
you talk
Reds
about Dak real quick. I want to point out when he was so proud of Dak's great game this last week. Dak still threw for 183 yards. Still can't throw for 200 yards. So fuck that guy and fuck Skip. Okay, on to your next point.
But cheating in baseball though, like I was talking about, like the Astros fans talking about like, oh, pine tar, that's not cool. And then like right before the game last night, game 2 or game 3, it comes out that the Astros are being investigated by Major League Baseball for possibly having a guy that was in like the photo well as a credentialed media member, but was trying to take photographs and video of the Boston dugout. Seems a little worse than pine tar, but nobody said it. Nobody said shit about it. And then the Indians apparently warned the Red Sox. They had removed the guy from an ALDS game. He was removed from game 1 of the ALCS, and
ALDS.
Well, wasn't he removed for game 1 of the ALCS against the Red Sox?
Oh no, I thought you were saying the Indians removed him.
The Indians removed him in the ALDS as well. But,
so they came out and said it, and then the Yankees go, "Oh yeah, us too." Last year they did it, us too, and then the A's came out and were like, oh yeah, this year for us too. Okay, well if you like, why not report it? If you think they're cheating, report it.
Which is one. Let me preface this by saying I don't give a shit. Yeah. Baseball is the biggest chess game of a sport besides chess, like straight up besides chess, and then I guess checkers is pretty close. But like I don't know Chinese checkers, so I'm not gonna get into that. But like major ball sports, like baseball is the biggest game of chess out of it all. And I love the fact that you're like, shit, is this dude stealing signals? Is he stealing this? Like, do they know what I'm gonna do? Does he have is he got to read? Is he tipping pitches right now? What's happening? Like, I love that. I love that you have to have your head on a swivel. I think like fuck yeah. Throw a guy in a thing and try and pretend he's a media guy and goes like, fucking do that. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Just be good. Like Boston should have a guy that just doesn't like. You should hire a guy that goes and watches out for other guys that are trying to steal your shit. I love this.
You know what'd be brilliant if the Red Sox used Poppy, used Big Poppy. They're like, dude, hey, just go in their dugout and act like you're talking to them, but we're gonna put a little camera on your button here because nobody's gonna suspect.
Big Poppy goes in with like he's got like black rimmed glasses on. All of a sudden, he's like, wait.
Put a blinking red light on the side of him.
He doesn't know how to turn that off. They don't have lenses either, so he's just like, all right, so what you're doing here, and like and all of his Big Poppy shit, and then you're like, what is going on with that? Are those Bluetooth glasses?
But also, people might just think Big Poppy's wearing some weird shit because he's Big Poppy.
It'll be like a meme the next day, and then like 3 weeks later, God damn it!
They got us. But the best thing in the whole thing was the Red Sox response to this going, well, no, that guy was actually trying to record to see if the Red Sox were illegally recording. Greatest spin of all time.
Spin zone.
Like
so perfect.
I was like, no, like he wasn't trying to steal from them. He was just trying to make sure they weren't cheating.
We were playing defense. Is basically what that was.
Which all the way, by the way, it is a great take because the Red Sox got caught for using technology and cheating last year.
They're using watches, right?
Yeah.
Apple Watches, yeah.
That's what the investigation concluded. That's what I was saying to you guys earlier. That's what they concluded. That's what he was doing.
Oh, that is what he was doing?
Allegedly.
No, that's what they concluded.
I mean, that's what they concluded.
And the funniest thing is,
and that's what they said, but that doesn't mean that's really what he was doing.
Be like, oh, that's really not what they were doing. Like, really, all the shit that happens, and everyone always wants to talk about how the Red Sox and the Yankees get all the love from MLB, and you think they're just going to shit on them like that and go, no. So you know what? Fuck everybody.
So
H-Town.
I was telling you guys this before the podcast. I think we should install crow's nests in every single baseball park in the league, and you should have one person, maybe two crow's nests. I don't know if you want to have a neutral crow's nest person, or each team has their own person, their own scout in the crow's nest. And I'm talking like, the guy that alerted Titanic that there was like an iceberg, but like better than that, because you're gonna be just watching the other dugout, be like, hey, he's stealing signs right now. And then you need a guy that's your go-to.
I said before in the crow's nest they should have to dress as pirates, and I think I just improved on it again.
What?
You get one crow's nest. Each team has a guy dressed as a pirate, and they have to fight while doing it. Oh. So, like, if you see the other guy pull out binoculars, you just pull out a sword, and then he has to defend himself.
You got to make sure he can't. Yeah.
By
the way, we're going to be stealing signs this next inning. You might want to take this guy out.
The other one. No, not real swords.
Oh, I want real swords.
Maybe like fencing swords.
Okay.
So like nobody's gonna die in the crow's nest. But like, if you try and start stealing signs, maybe the other guy could punch you in the side of the head.
I like that. That's cool.
Battle Royale.
Please. Like, wouldn't you watch that? Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be looking at the field or the crow's nest the entire game.
Why hasn't Major League Baseball hired us yet?
I don't know. I mean, we've improved. We've brought the game forward like thousands of years. I feel like just by like this discussion.
Now, what if when you're in Pittsburgh, the Pirates are the only team that they don't get to dress as pirates in the crow's nest?
That's not fair. You have to be. But also, like, I think you should get the option of dressing as a pirate or a crow.
Oh,
or a crow.
I like
that. Like you just like either
and
or.
Then you can play off of it like then maybe you dress as Jax from Sons of Anarchy, so you're Sam Crow.
Oh, I know. I mean, I get the reference. I didn't watch the show, but I get it because Jax was the long-haired blonde guy, right?
Then maybe in like Atlanta, you just as Jim Crow.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Has there ever been a guy with a patch that played baseball? Like,
no.
I mean, it seems like it would hurt your depth perception for sure.
You would not be able to hit because you have no depth.
But that would just be hilarious if the Pirates hired a guy with like an eye patch for one game,
or like a manager.
Oh my God! If I was the Pirates manager, if you don't think I'm going full,
Willie Johnson, manager of the Pirates.
We need to do an old school fantasy baseball draft. We did the old school football. I'm pretty sure that's gonna make
Wagner.
Oh boy! Oh, oil can Callahan
threw a humdinger in there.
Whip boom bang. Whippersnappers? I don't know. But yeah, that was baseball talking baseball. But like, I would fucking dress like goddamn Jack Sparrow with a fucking pirate patch if I was the Pirates manager. I'd be like, "Yarr! Call to the bullpen, matey." Like, this dude's taking it way too far. Like, we had to live on a ship.
I'd get really.
We live
drunk.
on a ship, and that like the water right outside the park.
McCovey Cove.
That's
in San Francisco.
San Francisco, not the Pirates though.
Sure.
I would be the Giants manager, just wearing New York Giants shit.
I'd get really drunk and just put like a squid on top of my head and be like, "I'm David Jones."
No, put on like a beard.
Glue a squid to the bottom of your face.
Be like, what are they talking about now? All right,
I feel like the people listening are saying.
I think so too. Let's move along to our next comeback kid. We got horse faces.
Yours was better than mine. They were both bad, but yours was better than mine.
So all right, you know this story better than me, I feel like. Trump sued Stormy Daniels.
No, Stormy sued Trump, and the judge just threw that out of court. Goes, yeah, your case is bullshit. We're not going to get into super specifics, but yeah, her case got thrown out of court, so now she has to pay Trump's legal fees.
Take this with a grain of salt as well. We don't really know anything most of the time. So if we talk about politics and we're a little off, don't hold us to it because we're just guys that are talking about what we saw in the news without really reading everything.
I'm just giving the highlights of the story. So
right.
Trump retweets the story, or whatever tweet it was that says she has to pay his legal fees, and called her a horse face.
Love it.
It goes, blah, 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 ha, 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 old horse face, and her lawyer now. Actually, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but he called her a fucking horse face, which is hilarious. He's like, you're calling her a horse face, but you fucked her. Like,
hey, we've all done that.
Yeah, he fucked her.
Not all of us, but a lot of us.
So now it's only a matter of time before somebody makes a porn of
a horse,
of a mushroom dick Donald Trump fucking a horse face girl.
Toad from Mario.
Yeah, but a mushroom.
No, but like because that's what they said it looked like.
Yeah,
the Toad from Mario fucking
a
girl
head.
With a horse face mask on.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Rule 76.
We're looking for actors, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to be in the next movie the first ever PTG porno. Ooh.
Porn TG.
Porn. Oh my God, that's so good. That's so good. Buying that website right now. Right now, I'm buying it.
Pass the
Verbal
gravy.
Pass it.
What is it though? Rule 76, like the internet rule that if you can think of it, there's porn of it on the internet.
If you've thought of it, somebody's into it.
No, but there's an actual rule.
No, but it's like if you can think of it, somebody's like
I think it's
into
Rule
that.
76, internet porn rule. We're just gonna Google this real
Well,
quick.
but
guys.
like what I was kind of
Rule 34.
Rule 34. Okay.
Rule 34.
See, we're close.
The 34th rule of the internet, which states that any sorry, just reading it made me laugh. It states that any object, character, or media franchise imaginable has porn associated.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like what I thought was funny was like, I love like Twitter's I get Twitter's the most toxic of all of the social medias.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite, almost for that exact reason, just because I like.
Does 4chan count as social media?
No, that's a website.
Okay.
That's a web. I mean, I know Twitter's a website, but like social media
But
is
social media, you think of
Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram.
Instagram, MySpace,
Not so much
Snapchat social media.
What was that? Zanga?
Ooh, Exangas, yeah.
I think it was pronounced Zanga. Though.
I know. I like to say Exanga just because somebody somewhere is like, that's not how you
Hold
say
on.
it.
Was anybody ever actually on Zanga?
I tried to do one and they're like, I'm gonna have to like people do this every day. Fuck that. I remember like because it was like so today
never
at
even knew what
school.
it was.
OMG, like a lot of chicks had it.
Was
and
it
then
like a blog?
it was basically a blog.
Oh, okay.
That's all it was. And like I remember I did like one and then I was like, I'm not gonna do this every day. And then people would go comment on it, and that was kind of like the original like comment section, I guess.
Okay.
That like Facebook turned into. I know there's really other comment sections and shit, but like that's to me was kind of like where I first started seeing comments on the internet and shit. But what I thought was funny is like we're in this like day and age of like Twitter where everybody likes to play the moral high ground card, and like I would never do that. And like everybody that was just outraged and like horseface was the N-word basically to so many people. We're like, how dare you? You had the gall to say she had a horse face? And it's like Sarah Jessica Parker has the biggest horse face in the world.
Of
And
all
everybody
time.
said that for years.
South Park made a whole episode about
Everybody
it.
said it for years and no one batted an eye at it. And it's like you kind of look at it and you're like, yeah, I see it.
And actually, I just remember this. The greatest thing to come out of all of this was somebody tweeted the article and goes, Trump calls porn star Stormy Daniels a horse face. So Kathy Griffin relied, or porn actress, a horse face. So Kathy Griffin replied, actress and director. So Norm Macdonald replied, which I don't know if you follow Norm Macdonald's Twitter. It's hilarious. Every so often it's a joke, but 90% of it is him playing golf tournaments. It's fucking great. But he
You know what? That's actually almost exactly what I would expect from Norm Macdonald
he
on Twitter.
replies and just starts laughing. He goes, yes, and director. Because that's totally the fucking...
Now it's not okay.
That's the correction that needs to happen in this story. I was crying laughing yesterday reading because like I'm just scrolling through my feed and I see somebody and I see that it's Norm Macdonald that fucking did it. Killed me.
I just like I get it. It is not presidential one bit. It is the most
But
unpresidential
it's
thing
Trump.
in the world to call someone horse-faced as the president of the United States. But it's funny as shit. It's funny as shit. And Stormy Daniels, to be polite and pardon my French, has been kind of a bitch about this whole thing where it's like, look, I saw Trump's dick. It was really small. I'm definitely not just grabbing for money right now, but Trump's dick was small. Okay, actually, I feel bad about saying Trump's dick was small, but I'm still suing him. Fuck, I lost. And now he gets like, and you know when she lost, she's like, God damn it, he's gonna have a rebuttal, isn't he? Where's his fucking tweet gonna be? And she was probably just she had her people like looking at Twitter.
I'm sure her lawyer's already looking into, can we sue him for defamation for character for saying she has a horse face when she makes a living from her face?
But she kind of, well, she doesn't make a living from her face.
Well, I mean, like, appearance. That's part of it. Lawyer speak, bro.
She makes a living from.
Do we need to call John?
I believe
You don't believe me?
what's in between her legs and her asshole. I guess her mouth. I guess her mouth too.
Yeah, right there.
He didn't say horse mouth though.
Pop shots, though.
To be fair, he didn't say.
But where's the cum land?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, what kind of shit is Stormy? I've never watched a Stormy Daniels porn.
My assumption is everything.
You know what? I'm gonna do some research this week, guys. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know how it goes because I'm sure that it's available. But Horseface is back, and it's funny as shit, and it just makes me want to buy one of those horse masks. Like, honestly, that's what I wanted to do yesterday, and I was like, they're kind of expensive. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm Stormy Daniels.
That's what. No, dude, I thought of the best.
By the way, Stormy is a horse's name. Like, that's totally a name that you would give a horse. Stormy.
When we win this lottery, we've already discussed how we're going to spend a lot of our money, and you guys are going to get great content when we win the lottery.
You guys are going to love it because we're going to win the lottery.
'Cause it's like 600
through all of them.
You know that when we win the lottery, we get to like quit our jobs too. So like we get to do pasta gravy all the time.
Yeah.
That's what this.
Like we're
becomes.
really going to start the Pasta Gravy Network then.
Like that's what it becomes, and like we're gonna buy a horse. We're gonna enter that horse in the Kentucky Derby. And we're gonna call it Stormy.
Yeah.
Stormy goddamn Daniels. We're gonna call it Stormy GD Daniels. Running in the 10th post position is Stormy goddamn Daniels.
Stormy Horseface Daniels.
Ooh, that's true. Stormy HF Daniels. It sounds like a really rich
Maybe
man.
we just get like 4 of them. We name one Stormy, one horse, one face.
What if we named 4 of them Stormy though, and they all
Horse
ran in
named
the
Face.
same race? So Stormy's gonna win. We got good odds. I like my odds on Stormy. in this
Refuse
one.
to spell them any differently.
I will not change the spelling. We're betting. Like, and you're like, which one are you betting? I don't know. I don't know.
Make sure all the jockeys have the same name and it's the same owner, so there's no distinction of who you're betting on.
Perfect. I just want to be like, how dope would it be to be a horse owner?
Pretty dope. 'Cause
Like,
that means
I mean,
you have
and basically, and by how dope would it be? I mean, that's one of them. But then also, like, all I ever know of horse owners is that they just hang out in the little box area. Like, yes, I'm going to. I approve of my horse winning
and drink mojitos.
And then you get to go drink
while all
mojitos.
the ladies wear crazy hats.
for 3 weeks, and then I think they have something in California where Seabiscuit raced as well, and then they got like something else up
But it's
in
just dope because if your horse
Dover,
wins,
Delaware, I
you get to,
believe.
you get to charge people $250,000
To just fuck it.
for your horse's cum.
To fuck your horse, they're paying you.
Can you imagine how much money that horse could make down?
You're
in
a horse
Tijuana?
pimp. You become a horse pimp if your horse wins.
You're just gonna ignore what I just said.
No, say it again. It's all right.
I said, can you imagine how much money that horse could make in Tijuana?
Horse could be a very, very wealthy horse. You know what I'm saying?
There's
You know what I'm
donkey
saying?
shows. Then we get the
Is
horse
that where
shows.
like the horses that lose the Kentucky Derby go?
They just put donkey ears on them and send them down to Tijuana.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, nobody like you don't need horses for glue anymore, so they don't go to the glue factories.
I can't believe those are real shows. I know one guy that went to one and said that was like, he was like, I walked in all like, I'm just going to see this as the experience. And he's like, oh my God, I'm scarred. Like, he's like, I can't get the image out of my face.
I'm fucked up enough to where like if I was with my buddies in Mexico, I'd go, but like I don't think I'd be happy about it.
It seems like a drunk idea where you're like, this is going to be great. And then you just like,
Oh no, I would be like, this is
Oh,
gonna be
no.
terrible, but we're in Tijuana, so we might as well see a donkey show.
Tijuana. Yeah, that sounds like a Tijuana story anyways. But Horseface, that's back. Like, if you guys own a horse like mask,
You ever
tweet
get-
us
you
at
ever-
Past Great
Do you ever
Pod.
get angry at your horse? Like, you fucking horse face.
Yeah, fucking horse-faced horse. Fuck off, Stormy. God damn it. But yeah, Horseface is funny. It's just like that was like the N-word to people on Twitter, and it's like, yeah, the president shouldn't say that. It's still pretty funny though, and you got to be able to see the
But we're so
hilarity
far
in
past
that.
the point of the president shouldn't say that. You got to know that as long as Trump's in office,
Guys, I don't know if you guys know this. He's not going to follow those rules.
Yeah, the president shouldn't say that. Those rules don't apply until he's out of office ever again.
Oh, what? Is it knock knock joke time? Happy Knocktober. Knocktober, excuse me, everyone.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yahoo.
I prefer Google.
So dumb.
Not as good. Not as good.
That was
Two-
the weakest one yet.
2 of 4 have been
But
great.
it still made me laugh.
Right. No, it's still pretty.
But as soon as I go Yahoo, I was like, damn it.
But honestly, like, how good are knock knock jokes gonna be, anyways? Honestly, I'm just
Great.
nervous whenever we hear the knocks. I'm like waiting for the. Oh, please don't bark, please don't bark. Wheezy, you're being a pretty good teammate so far, honestly.
She's a good girl.
All right, moving on. Comeback kids. We got talking about the weather. Ooh, this is a big one that's back this week. Oh my
man,
god,
dude, the weather, man. The weather's so great outside.
Talking
right
about the
now.
weather, and then I would also like to put like a slash jackets, because we're getting to see that. So I went to the doctor on Monday. I had a doctor's appointment. Had to get an Adderall refill. So I'm hanging out in the waiting room, and this lady walks in. I'm not kidding you. She had Ugg boots on. She had jeans. She probably had a long sleeve shirt. I couldn't tell because she was wearing a jacket. It was one of those like white girl jackets where it's like fur all on the inside and the like hood is fur coming out, but like the outside's not fur. And then she had a beanie on and a fucking scarf. It was 67 degrees, Pat.
That's so excessive.
It was 67 degrees. I put my thermostat at 69, nice, to sleep with, just because, like, like, that's the best number in the world. Ow, ow, ow. No dog bark. Why am I getting shocked?
I told him to. I go, it's been too long. Just shock us both.
Don't do
now.
that. That's not okay. That's not what Knocktober's about.
But also now I'm terrified because I told him to shock us both and he still hasn't shocked me, so I know I've got a random one just
Make him wait for it. Make him wait for it. Don't let him know.
I said shock us both, man.
I've been pushing the button.
Hold on. I know what it is. See it? It can't. Hold on. Wait. Stop pushing it.
Because Pat
Now
is...
It slid on the edge of my arm and it lost contact
Maybe
on one
you
of the
should-
points. Ah!
There you go.
That's
Maybe...
what it was. Like, so apparently now we know if both points aren't making contact, it doesn't shock you.
Mine are just like indented into my skin. That's what I do. Like that's why I still have like a mark
I keep
from
moving
last
it
week.
so I don't have a giant mark like a
Well,
jackass.
I'm sorry that I'm a man and I'm committed and I'm not like I'm just like I don't care. I'll get shocked in the same spot. I don't care.
Dude, it slid around my arm.
Robert, shock me again. I like it. It feels good. It doesn't feel good. I know it's coming.
That was dumb.
Didn't feel good. I felt so great. It
So
felt so
I
great.
had to derail us. I feel like we haven't been shocked enough, so I texted Robert just fucking.
But talking about the weather is back. So I was at the doctor, and then this lady walks in. She's wearing a scarf, a beanie, that like furry kind of jacket,
What a
and
bitch.
UGG boots. And I was like, it's 67 degrees. What are you doing? Like, I don't understand. Like, and I get that we're in Texas, so it's like I have all of these winter clothes. I want to try them out. It's like we don't need it today. Maybe a long sleeve shirt at max.
The first time there's a breeze in the air with a little chill, you know, every girl in Houston, just like in their head, it lights up.
Starbucks,
And in their closet,
scarves,
they can just see
UGG boots.
their UGG boots.
They have like 3
They can
outfits.
it's just highlighted.
They got their
in
3
brain.
fall outfits, and like
The
those are
the Han Solo outfit.
right.
You know,
I've seen that.
everybody
Everybody's
knows
seen that
exactly
meme.
what
We'll
we're
try and
talking
post that
about.
probably this week. I hope. But if I can, I saw it the other day actually. But then also best meme going around right now is Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Have you seen that?
I have not.
It's Humpty Dumpty the egg, but he's like getting a pumpkin spice latte. He's playing in the leaves. he's doing all kinds of fall
That's great.
related things. He's carving a pumpkin. My favorite meme probably in the game right now. But so like I go to the doctor and I see this lady, and then like everybody in the doctor's office had to make some mention like it's getting really chilly outside, huh? I mean, like how'd you do today in the cold? I was like, it's not cold.
How about this weather, guys?
But it's basically it's that. It's like an old Seinfeld joke over and over and over again. And then like everybody you talk to, like every small talk conversation you make at work is, man, it's getting a little that weather outside. And you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like it's not 1,000,000 degrees, and I'm excited about that. Like I wish it would stop fucking raining 99% of the time, but like if it could just do that, that'd be fantastic. I'm just down for it to be like if I can have like, between 70 and 60 degrees every single day.
Yeah,
I'm
what was it?
100% fine.
Monday it was like what 69, like 68, 69, 70. It was like right there. Like, it was
It's not
cool, but it wasn't bad. And I just,
What is jacket weather?
But
what is jacket weather?
That day
Pat?
I happened to be wearing a long sleeve shirt and I had the sleeves rolled up as I was making delivery. And someone was like, "You're not cold?" And I was like, "No, because it's not cold outside. When it's 43 degrees, then you can say it's fucking cold."
Like you know that we had the cavemen that lived in like fucking Alaska and shit like that, and
Yeah.
like just like lived.
Yeah.
Like they wore like loincloths. I
have
think,
a jacket
according to
with
TV shows
me
and movies.
today, and literally the only reason I brought this jacket with me to work is because I wear like a thin, fucking short sleeve shirt, and I was like,
muscle
well,
shirt.
well, if it rains, I don't want to be just completely soaked to the fucking bone, so I brought a jacket. That's
good.
it. That's
I
it.
always bring one just because I'm like maybe if it gets colder than I think it will be, like I'll be okay. And I usually I'll wear a jacket into work when it gets kind of chilly, and then I'll just take it off the second I walk in.
Like, I'm
but
also
like
fat. I've got a lot more body heat
Oh,
to
okay,
generate. So
okay.
like you need a jacket more than I do. I can get down to like 52, no jacket needed.
But what is the what temperature do you need a jacket at? Like what is like a good starting point for not you particularly, but like for just a person? Like when is jacket weather acceptable?
62, low 60s. I would say
65
is acceptable.
If it was 65 and you had a jacket on, you're not gonna get shit on.
It's acceptable. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, like in Texas, we're talking Texas here.
Right, and I get it because like everybody else is like
Like,
in
if
New
you're in
York it's like
Massachusetts,
50
they're
degrees and
like-
shit, and they're like fuck you pussies.
But also, dude, like,
But don't say that because that's not acceptable,
No.
Jameis Winston. But yeah, I just talking about the weather. Everybody and their mom's talking about the weather right now. Jackets are back. You're seeing jackets on everybody, and that's just the time of the year that we're getting into, especially here in Texas. So that's
spilling beer on myself.
That's the comeback kid. The NBA, that's back, and spoiler alert: Celtics and Warriors are going to play in the finals, and Warriors are probably going to win for the third straight year.
No, it's gonna be Celtics Rockets.
I hope.
It's gonna be Celtics.
I
Hi,
hope.
Weezy.
Weezy, hey, way to be a good teammate so far.
Oh.
I hope that it is Celtics Rockets, but I don't
gonna be
think
Celtics
it will
Warriors.
Be. It's gonna be Celtics Warriors. Also, did you see the rings that the Warriors got?
No.
They're
'Cause I don't
they have
give a shit.
reversible rings. You can flip, like they can remove the top part, and they have blue diamonds on it, and then you can flip it around. It's got the blue diamonds with like their logo, which is the Golden State Bridge. Or the Golden Gate Bridge, and then you can flip around and it's got white diamonds with the Golden Gate Bridge on it because they went back to back. I was like, that is dope as fuck. And then it says, like, remember their like shirts were strength and numbers, like under it when you remove the top of it. That's what it says under there. And it's got like a brush sweep on the side of it because they swept the Cavs, and the Cavs logo was that broom thing. And I was like, that's fucking dope.
Fuck the Warriors.
I mean, I like Steph Curry though. I love Steph Curry. I think Steph
Fuck
Curry's
Steph
cool.
Curry.
Steph Curry's such a good player.
He's a douchebag.
He's like the hardest guy in the world to hate.
He's such a flopper.
I mean, he's like the smallest dude ever, so
He's
I get
a
it.
giant pussy.
I would say that Durant
Like,
would be
I'm
the one of those.
pretty sure that if him and Robert got in a fight, Robert's at least got a shot.
I don't think so. I swear to God, Robert, you're just trying to bait our dog right now. But no,
like, he's such a bitch. Like,
Steph Curry's
like,
hard to
not-
hate.
like-
He's like likable. He's funny.
He's a
He's
pussy.
outgoing. He talks to the media. He's got a daughter that gets kind of annoying, and I get that. But his daughter is cute. He's got a
his
cute
whole
daughter.
family's fucking annoying. He's annoying. He's a bitch. He's a flopper. Like, fuck Steph Curry.
Greatest 3-point shooter of all time.
Like, without a doubt. Without a doubt, he's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. But everything else about him sucks.
I like him. I can understand why people don't like Durant. I'm not a big Klay Thompson fan. I think Draymond Green's a beast.
I like Klay Thompson.
But
Klay Thompson I fucking like. Klay goes out there, Klay kicks ass, and he keeps his fucking mouth shut.
I mean, the Warriors, like, everybody hates the Warriors, but like I
want
don't
Klay
hate the
Thompson
Warriors.
on the Rockets so badly.
I don't
wanted this
hate
for
the
5
Warriors.
years.
I just don't like them, and it's just like but I get why. I get their appeal, but like they're gonna win this again. They're gonna win it
Yeah,
again,
like,
and they're probably gonna win it
I
the
don't
next
hate them
2
for
years.
the reasons that everybody else is, because they're like, oh, they just bought their team. No, they built their fucking team.
They
Like,
drafted Steph. They drafted
but it's
Klay.
why-
They drafted
but
Draymond.
It's why Kevin Durant is the weakest bitch in the history of the NBA, and probably the weakest bitch in the history of all sports.
Weakest bitch, but two rings, not Super Bowls.
Oh, he's great.
And was the MVP.
He's fucking phenomenal. But
He was MVP of both, right?
He bought his rings is the wrong term. But he just decided that I don't want to compete, and I'm just gonna, because the salary cap just happened to go insane that year. Like, the year before he could not have signed there. The year after he could not have signed there. The salary cap went so nuts that year he was able to sign there. He's a bitch. He just decided I don't want to compete anymore. I was up 3-1 against this team, and we could have won.
That's not why. He just went to them because they were fucking good, and he was like, "I got an opportunity to win a championship." And Russell Westbrook is kind of a ball hog.
because he's a bitch and he had no faith in himself to be. Okay, then don't go. Then go somewhere else.
Russell Westbrook's not a championship guy.
They
He's a
could've-
really
they
good.
could've
He's one
won
of the
with
best players in the NBA.
No,
but
that
like
team could have
that
won.
team,
They were
no,
just missing
I don't
some
think so.
pieces.
I don't think they would have gotten him. The Warriors would
They were
not
up
have been better
3-1 on
at
the
it.
Warriors.
They couldn't finish it because the Warriors were too good.
But what a bitch move! I can't beat you, so I'm gonna.
That's
join
not
this
why. That
already
just was a
super
coincidence.
Team.
I mean,
You think it's a coincidence that he just goes, oh, you know what? It has nothing to do with the fact that you guys just kicked my ass
I
and you're already the best team in the
100%
NBA.
think that
Like, if you're arguably the best player in the NBA and you join the best team in the NBA, you're a fucking bitch.
second best player. But I
I said
100%.
arguably. Like, he's
I
not. LeBron's the best.
100% think that when he lost to the Warriors in that Game 7, when they came back to beat him, that he was not in his head like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to Golden State next year. I don't think he thought that at all.
No, in that moment,
I
no.
think that when he saw an opportunity to
But
go
it
to Golden
doesn't
State, like
matter.
if I was like, Pat, here's the best career opportunity ever, go there. Would you not be like,
it's a great career opportunity,
okay?
But literally everyone's going to call you the biggest bitch, and you're never going to get credit for anything you
But
do the rest of your career.
you're gonna have 2 rings, and at a certain point, you can tell everybody to suck a dick because I have 2 rings and I'm a Hall of
You're
Famer.
going to get the rings, but you're never.
You're gonna be a Hall of Famer.
But you're never going to crack the top 10 players of all time, and you're never going to get credit.
People
for
are gonna
anything
forget
you do.
about this.
No, they won't.
They will.
That's the thing. He will, as great as he is, he's never going to get the credit he deserves because he took the easy path.
I disagree. I would argue that people are gonna remember LeBron.
What?
LeBron
Okay, hold on.
leaving to go to Miami more than this.
What if LeBron left to go to Golden State?
I mean, I would have expected it.
How bad is that? Would that tar his legacy even more, though?
I don't think it would have because he's one of the greatest players ever to live. Like it's.
He is, but like that's the thing. Like
We're watching,
but
like-
but everything he does after that, he gets no credit for. Like those rings don't really count anymore in his fight against Jordan because he joined already the best team in the NBA that nobody could beat.
Okay, so then like Durant did the exact same thing.
Exactly. So he doesn't get any credit for
Okay,
any
so
of these rings.
but like we still are kind of cool with LeBron, but like Durant's the biggest bitch in the
I'm
world.
just pointing it out there that like
No, I just think the logic is flawed, and that like Durant is more of a bitch because he did it. It just so
he joined
happened.
a team that was like already there. Like LeBron, they built the team together. Like they all decided to come together.
We've already
which I
we've
think
already
is a
done
bitch
this
move.
though. Like Robert, if I've used this exact example, if Joe Rogan was like, "Hey Robert, I'll give you $1 million to produce my podcast," you'd probably be like, "Hey Alex, I got another offer," and I'd be like, "Hey, I get it.
No,
I get it."
No. That's a different argument because say
Joe Rogan's best podcast in the game.
Robert was the second best producer in the fucking world, and anywhere Robert
Number one best producer in the world.
and
Best
anywhere
producer.
Robert goes has the chance
Number one podcast
to
producer.
overtake
Fact.
Joe Rogan as the best producer in the world because he's there. But then he just goes, I don't want to do the work to try and beat Joe Rogan. I'm just going to join Joe Rogan.
Right, because you're not doing the work when you're the MVP of the series that they win to win the championship twice.
No, I'm saying you don't want to do the work to beat that guy. You're just going to go, I'm just going to join the already.
Who did they
team.
beat in the finals? LeBron James, right? So you beat the best player while you were like.
But what did Kevin Durant do?
I don't
without
take
the
anything
team?
away from it. I think Kevin Durant, he had a good opportunity and he
He's a
took it.
bitch. Like I don't even understand how you don't see it's a bitch move.
I understand people's logic with it, but it's just like at the end of the day, though, you've got to realize like the dude took the best option for him,
Yes.
and I'm not going to hate anybody for bettering their situation.
Your best option can still be a bitch move.
I'm looking at Odell Beckham right now as a guy that re-signed with a shit team that is garbage right now, and he is frustrated and is probably going to ask for a trade at the end of the season. And I'm just kind of like,
I hope he asks for a trade because then he'll be the second biggest bitch on the planet. Oh, I'm going to sign this massive fucking contract. I'm going to make you give me
But
all
I
this
get
money.
it. I get
But
his
then
frustration, man.
As soon as you guys just aren't good, even though
I get his
took all this money
frustration,
from
though.
you, looking at the team and knowing that our team isn't that good, as soon as we don't play good after I take this money, I'm going to fucking complain about everything.
but I think that I get the frustration that he has where I think that Durant feels that, and the fact that he's like, Russell Westbrook is a guy that's a me guy. He's not a team guy. Even if Durant is a team guy, I think that Russell Westbrook was an inhibitor. Like, yeah, Russell Westbrook's going to put up a fuck ton of stats. I don't give a shit about stats because stats don't win championships. Like, Durant realized that Russell Westbrook was probably not going to win him anything, and he was like, you know what? There's a better option out there. And that option happened to be the best goddamn team in the league, and I'm going to take that. You know, I'm always going to take that, and I'm not going to fault anybody for bettering their career. Is it a bitch move? I don't think so because it's legal. It's a fucking allowable thing. It wasn't like it was a weird forced trade or anything. It was Kevin Durant being like, yes, I will play for that amount of money if you will pay me that. And Golden State was like, we will give you that money. Done. That's all I got to say about that. I just think, I mean, we can argue about this all day, but I don't think that's that big a deal. Oh, fuck. Fuck, Robert, what you got? What you got knock jokes wise? Thank you, Wheezy, for not barking, though. That was cool on you for not being a barking dog.
All right. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Spell.
Spell who?
WHO.
Okay. I mean, it made you think. Not the best though. Not the best. I like it though. All right, let's move along to our next one. We got Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson as our next two comeback kids, and that's pretty much just because they broke up. They got a lot of tattoos. I think they both got tattoos. She wrote a song about him and everything, and I was like, these two are probably gonna get married. They were engaged pretty quickly, but it all ended up like it looks like it all ended pretty fast as well. Apparently, Mac Miller seems to have been one of the kind of reasons why. Like, I'm sure that Ariana, like, it's a little awkward when you're like, I'm still mourning over my ex-boyfriend's death while you're my current boyfriend. Fiance, excuse me. But now Pete Davidson's got the little Ariana Playboy Bundy tattoo that he had on his neck, covered up with like a black heart.
That's what you get for being stupid.
What if we always say, like, you don't get a tattoo of someone that's like you're dating?
Who would have thought that getting engaged within like 2 months of knowing somebody and dating them isn't going to work out?
You're definitely not me. I would have never thought that.
Shocking.
I would have never thought that. But yeah, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson, they're done. And that's the comeback kid. And then our final comeback kid is the A1 Thick and Hearty Burger.
The
Pat,
A1 Thick and Hearty Burger.
Go at
Only from Whataburger. It's the greatest
that doesn't sound
goddamn
at all
sandwich.
like the guy.
Fuck you, it's exactly dead on.
The Whataburger guy is 100% the guy that when you were a kid and you had the little wheel, it was like, the cow says moo.
Okay, that's not even close.
I mean, but like, I'm not good at it. But
Okay,
like, that was
fuck
that
you
guy's
either way.
voice.
Whataburger. Whataburger's comeback kid. I fucking
What
love
a
him.
burger. What a burger. It's not made with water. It's what a burger.
Whataburger.
What a burger.
I hate you.
But
But either way.
do you say Kroger's?
No. It's Kroger.
Okay, well, at least like you get that.
Yeah. No, it's Whataburger.
Thank God.
But anyway, yeah, the A1 Thick and Hearty, it's back. They say limited time. It should never go away from the all-time favorites. It's
And that's
the
with
fucking
7
greatest.
C's.
It's the fucking greatest thing they make. It's so okay, sorry. Honey butter chicken biscuit will always be the greatest.
That's my favorite thing, honestly.
But as far as the burgers they make, the A1 Thick and Hearty, it's fucking perfect. It's beautiful.
I really enjoy the
It's
avocado
always
bacon
been-
burger whenever that's around.
I'm sure it's really good too, but my favorite of all time was always the A1 Thick and Hearty. And when they took it away, it hurt my soul.
I mean, it's a seasonal thing, isn't it?
No, like it was always just part of their all-time favorites. They always had that fourth thing with the chicken strip sandwich and the watermelons and whatever else is on there, and they took it away, and it hurt my soul.
Not ideal.
But it's back now. It's back, and literally as soon as I found out it was back that day, I went to Whataburger and I got one. It was Sunday,
Okay.
and it was delicious. It made my soul happy. And not only that, they decided to double down and go, not only are we going to be badass for doing this, we're bringing back the chorizo taquito.
Okay.
So Whataburger, comeback kid, just fucking killing the game right now.
All right. I'm all on board the Whataburger train. The Whataburger train. I think their advertising is a little lackluster, so maybe if they wanted us to speak for them, I don't really care.
I mean, if they need a sponsor, you can tell my passion.
I don't really care if you're like late to school and you felt like you needed a good meal and a good excuse
that commercial.
to get in with your teacher. Like, it's like, bitch, you. And then like there's the other one where he's like, I was late for my flight, and the flight attendant told me, if you give me your Whataburger, I'll let you on this flight. And I said,
So I got the next flight.
when's the next flight? And it's like, no, but you didn't do that. It's not real at all. Like, if Whataburger wants us to like eat him, like, dude, I ate Whataburger and the Giants just finally won their second game of the year. Then like that's some real advertising we can do. So like hit us up. answers@passagreatpod.com, I guess, is the best email address to hit us up at. So
Speaking of food,
we're not doing answers. We're not doing it. Or food. Oh, figuring out. Yeah, there we go. I see what you did there. Fuck. Robert's just like telling me, he's giving me hints, and he's like, Harry, shut the fuck up and hurry up. Let's go. Blue Apron is who I'm talking to you guys about. That is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. You can get all your stuff delivered to your door by going to blueapron.com/PTG. They're going to send you a bunch of ingredients and tell you what to do with them. And then boom, you've got a meal to eat in about 30 minutes or less. If you order from blueapron.com/PTG this week, on the menu, you're going to get some seared steaks and mashed potatoes, 3-cheese pizza, and the picture of this 3-cheese pizza, like, oh my God, it looks good. Asian-inspired brown rice bowls, Indian-style cauliflower, seared tilapia and orzo pasta, and spiced chicken and cabbage slaw. All of this looks fantastic. They got 3 different plans that you can get at blueapron.com/PTG. And like I said, you can get it all right there. blueapron.com/PTG. That's blueapron.com/PTG. You're going to get your first 3 meals for free at blueapron.com/PTG. Blueapron.com/PTG. Like we just said, get your first 3 meals for free. Blueapron.com/PTG. It's Blue Apron, a better way to cook. And also, why don't we just knock out all the other, the last ad we have is the Pass the Gravy merch store, passthegravymerch.com. If you have, you're listening to your favorite podcast, and you're like, I wish there was just, if there was only a way I could show everybody else that I love this podcast, like if I could walk around with some sort of like garment on that showed that I was like such a fan of this podcast and I could spread the word, then all you gotta do is go to PassGravyMerch.com. We got the Pastros shirt. I just bragged about it. The Astros have never not won a World Series since we've had the Pastros shirt. You can get the Sun shirt, the Office shirt that I love. That's probably my favorite shirt we have. Is it? I think it is. I think the Office shirt is probably my favorite. No, Dallas Killed JFK is my favorite. Then The Office. 1, 2, but it's like 1A, 1B. Past the Eat 'em Up Cats is pretty great. We got our Christmas sweaters coming up. I know that's right around the corner. It's a little closer than you think, so go check that out. We got some stickers that are pretty great too. Pat just got his Green Bay Packers shirt the other day. It's got the cheese on it as well. It's pretty great. And Dallas Killed JFK, people don't forget. You got the logo. You got the Pastronaut stuff. We got hoodies. We got sweaters for cold and not cold and flu season as well, for winter, I guess. It's coming. And they're pretty great. $33 for a hoodie. I can't find many hoodies for $33 that are as good quality as we have. Russell, that won our Big Brother pool, he got that hoodie, and he said it was soft as fuck. So I was rocking my USA sweater today to work. So you can go check all this stuff out. PassTheGravyMerch.com. PassTheGravyMerch.com. If you get your shit, send us a picture of you wearing it. We'll retweet you. We'll shout you out, and we'll hook you up with all that stuff. If you give us a shout out, let us know that you're supporting the best goddamn podcast in the world. All right, let's move on to Not Cool, everybody. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for
I'm
Not
ready.
Cool? All right, hold on. The Laylettes are not ready. Here we go.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Fuck. All right, let's hear another one. Where we going? Where we going with this one, Robert?
Oh, I so thought he was gonna say "oh shit" there.
I did too.
I did too.
That's why. Did you notice? Like I was just kind of.
I'm not gonna lie. If he had done that, I might have stood up and just started spiking beers into the ground and like breaking.
The podcast
their
would have just
entire
ended.
apartment.
I think the podcast would have just ended.
Like,
I wouldn't have cared. I would not have cared.
I would have broken everything.
I was
in
very
here in
upset when John
celebration.
broke a lot of our half of our chairs that we have. And I was very upset when he did that, and then he broke the trunk that I have
We
here
still need
as
to
well.
send him poo.
It is, but then do we want to spend more money when he's just wasted money on us already?
I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna send him poo.
Would knock
right.
knock knock joke.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Ho ho.
Ho ho ho.
Your Santa impression could use some work.
Yeah, you sucked at that, Pat. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. All right.
That was the only one that didn't make me laugh so far.
I don't know.
You know what?
That's pretty good. All
Give me another one.
right, bring him out.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
Let's just like shuffle
Who's
until we
there?
get a good one.
Interrupting cow.
No,
get
I know
Interrupting cow.
this
Who?
one. Boo!
Damn it! All right, let's do another
Jimmy
one.
Vollmer did that in South Park. It's my
Let's
favorite one of
do
all
another
time.
one. Do another one.
No,
Just read the next one.
This
No,
one's not
who's
good,
there?
is it?
Who's there?
I'll say
I'll say who.
yes. They do.
There we go.
All right,
we
all right.
go.
Pat,
But-
you lead us with your.
By
now.
the way, the interrupting cow one, great. Always fun.
It's gold.
It's always funny when you use it on children.
Yeah, it is.
'Cause they never
They
know.
never.
They didn't watch South Park,
And they
they
think it's
don't
the funniest thing ever.
My not cool is one. It's a specific one that I've used like 3 times before. You guys know how I always like to talk about how these Latin women like to come into our restaurant and fucking keep me there late as shit for no goddamn reason. They fucking did it again last night. It was a slow night because the Astros played at 4. So like we couldn't get any of the crowd of people coming in before the game and then leaving to go or just going home. So like we were dead. I was gonna close the restaurant an hour and a half early at 8:00, and then the other table came in just before, and then they come in, and they stay till fucking like 9:30. The other table leaves, and then they stand up to leave too. And I goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, ladies, you haven't paid yet." Like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's just 2 of them this time." But they literally sat there and they talked for like 2 hours, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and so then they pay. But they sit back down to pay, and I swipe. But as they do, they sit back down and talk for another 45 minutes. I was like, I'm gonna murder you. Like, you were just ready to leave. Like, having to put down a credit card should not make you stay for 45 more minutes. I was so just angry. Like, it was a slow night. It was terrible. It was bad. And I was like, God.
Do
Like,
they at least tip well?
no, they don't tip well. That's the thing, too. Like, it's... It was the Latin women again. The ones that I always bitch about. Alex went to go take a pee, so he
I heard. I heard. We have
probably because I was yelling.
Yeah.
Because I fucking
was exactly why.
despise these people. But yeah, like other than that, I had a pretty cool week.
Yeah.
Like,
Pat despises Latinas.
And until last night,
take with that what you may.
Until last night, I did not have a not cool to come into today with.
It like honestly, I feel like there's so now we
I could
record
have found something.
right, but now we record
oh.
on Wednesdays, and like there's times where like on Tuesday night I'm like, oh god, I don't have a not cool, and then like inevitably always something just fucks up, and I'm like, you know what, Alex, you fucking were like, well, I haven't had a good not cool, like I wish I had a not cool, and it's like that's why you had that thing happen, because you're an asshole that just wanted something bad so you could bitch about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes I'm like, is this even a problem, or am I just gonna bitch about this? Is this just something I want to bitch about?
It's your brain creating.
I think so.
But like
Our life's not that bad, I don't think.
So I guess to give it a title, inconsiderate fucking people, man.
Like, what is 15% an asshole tip?
I don't think it's an asshole tip. That's an okay tip.
Is that like the bottom line of like you're not an asshole?
It's like minimum wage.
I always start at 15. I always start.
See,
I typically will always tip 15. If I have good service, you go up to 20.
15
if I have mediocre service, you're getting 15. 15 is pretty fair.
15 I think is okay, especially for us because we are an expensive restaurant. So like, if
I'm
you
also
tip
poor as
15
shit too. So
if you tip 15 on top of it, like that's cool. Like if you have $100 bill, like and you 15 on top of it, like that's not bad. Like that's
true.
That's whatever. That's cool. Because like 100 you can rack up at us like that.
Okay.
But like,
Where is yours? Okay, this is not great for anybody else.
Right off of I-10.
No, but you're by Carter's Country, right? You're by Carter's Country and Good Company.
Like right behind it.
I if I'm at the vet behind Good Company, am I right next to the restaurant?
You have to go like if you're looking at Good Company.
This is great. This is a great podcast
You gotta
right
go
now.
to the right just a little bit, but like it's almost right behind it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was there the other day, and I was like, I want to go see Pat's restaurant.
It's about 200 yards down the road.
We're gonna go eat at Pat's restaurant.
Can we
do a review of Pat's restaurant?
Do it.
Can we review Pat's service?
Well, I don't need. I won't be serving you.
I will. I will request that. I will request
it. If you
it.
come at night on a Monday or Tuesday, I'm there. But other than that,
You
I'm
free on a Monday or
floor.
Tuesday, Robert?
Mondays.
I bet we can make this happen.
But I already know I have Robert's good review because I know Robert loves the mac and cheese.
That's true. All the food you've brought us. Like sometimes Pat will bring us food before we start recording. It's fantastic.
It's super dope.
And all of the stuff is
like
awesome.
it's well worth all the money. It's in the heart of Memorial. So
right. I mean,
expensive.
it's understandable. I don't know. I was at
But
Good
it's-
Company
but it's
Barbecue
well
the other
worth
day.
it all.
We got to do a Good Company Barbecue review as
See,
well.
I've always heard Good Company's not that good. The
We'll
barbecue.
find out.
Like I've heard it's
We're-
okay.
you know what?
Like it's not
We're-
bad, but it's just like there's so many better barbecue.
This is one of
places
those
you can
classic
go.
scenarios where present us is right now making future us have a lot of chores that we're going to be doing. But we're going to knock out a BBQ, a PTG BBQ RVW,
Yes.
and we're going to also do a review of, can I say your restaurant?
Of course,
Jonathan's The Rub.
Jonathan's Rub.
Shout out Jonathan's The Rub. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that like don't want you to say where they work and shit. So, like,
Dude, it's family owned. Like it's not like a chain where
So
I'm gonna
if-
get in trouble for the stuff I say.
if you're
on
in
here.
Houston, go to Jonathan's The Rub.
Please
And then
do.
be like,
Come on
hey,
by."
I heard about this place from Past the Great Podcast, and I heard Pat is the best thing ever. And they're like, oh, okay.
Or just go in and be like, hey, I heard about this on Past the Gravy podcast, and I heard Pat is a fat bastard.
I mean, I was trying to
And
help
they'll
you out
laugh.
at work, but okay.
Well, I'm just saying, like if you say that, the people working there will probably be like,
Huh?
yeah, I mean, yeah, but like,
With
we
there,
would
like, they'd get,
expect
like,
that.
the new guy that was like, I mean, he trained me, that he's a nice
No,
guy.
I don't train anyone.
Oh, okay, well, of course you don't train.
A lot of what I do is in the back of the restaurant, so like it's whatever. But
Robert, what
but
you?
yeah, come on by, guys. It's good.
Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely do this. We're gonna definitely do this
Do it.
in the next couple months.
You gotta get the
Give us 8 weeks. We'll get it done.
You gotta come get the burger, man. One of the best,
All
in
right.
Houston, hands down.
What you got,
All
Robert?
right, so I've got two. And one is rally towels.
I'm all aboard. I'm all on board. Like, one exception, if you're a fucking Pittsburgh Steelers fan, like, first off, fuck the Steelers.
Terrible
But-
towel, yeah.
But
It's-
secondly,
it's
like
iconic.
that's part of it. That's part of it.
You fucking get off my lawn, old men.
All
It
right.
just stops the clapping. Like I feel like the
Like,
crowd. at
do
these
you
mini-
think any players ever been like, well, everybody's rolling around with their towel. Holy shit, I better get a hit.
It's about creating an environment.
I don't care.
Yeah, like these Minute
Thunder
Maid,
sticks, baby.
Crowds have been just really average.
That's every Houston sport.
Yeah.
Really?
Except for the Texans,
They
because
haven't-
everybody likes to
they
be
haven't
loud
been
about the
crazy
Texans.
in the postseason?
No.
Did you not watch the game?
Shocking.
Or you were?
I was working
Yeah.
last night.
No, they've just been very average. Even like, I don't mean like just because yesterday they lost, so that kind of makes sense a little bit. But like even when they're facing the Indians, very average. More like an August crowd than a October crowd.
Are
See,
Houstonians becoming a little too comfortable
Spoiled.
being
That's
World
the thing.
Series champions?
Everyone got into it last year, and now everyone expected us to be back this year, so they're not as jazzed, I guess.
That's why, like, when I'm a
Because
Yankees
it's
fan.
all the fake fans.
I'm a Yankees fan, and Robert, I know you're wearing a World Series shirt right now. I'm not trying to shit on you, but like, if some person that I don't know, that I've never spoken to in my life, comes up to me with an Astros like World Series shirt and starts talking shit to me, I'm like, all right, I'm not even gonna engage. Like, okay, and then I just move on, and it's like,
Thank you.
It's
'Cause
like-
I thought you were gonna be the 27. World
No,
Series
no,
champion.
fuck that. I
That's
will
the-
never.
that's
You
the
will
worst
never
guy
hear
in the
that.
world.
You will never. That's the most. As a Giants fan that hates Cowboys fans doing that, I will never fucking own that
Liz
shit.
from Barstool.
It's
That
like,
was the
but you weren't
worst.
alive. You weren't alive for a lot of those championships. You know.
You were alive.
I remember
for
the '90s.
5 of them.
I remember the '90s. Yeah. I think it was 5 or 6.
Maybe 6.
5 or 6. I think 6. Because they
Three-peat-
won 2004.
three-peat in the 90s,
The three-peat.
right?
Then they won the 4th one. They won 4 in the 90s. Bill Burr on his podcast the other day was this is going to be, I think, the 3rd decade ever since baseball has been a thing that the Yankees will not win a World Series if they don't win one before 2020. Do you know how insane that is? Do you know how insane that is? And so it's like, you're going to fucking, like, I'm not going to be that guy because I don't tout championships when I wasn't alive. But like, it's like fucking t-shirt people that walk up and it's like, ALCS champs. And I'm like, I know you bought that last year and you didn't talk about this team
until
until
proud
then.
of your team's history.
You're allowed to be.
But when it's your only talking point of, you beat us, but we have 20.
You will never, like, I don't give a fuck if the Astros win the next 24
We hijacked the
World
shit out of
Series.
Robert's
I will
knuckle.
not ever say, like, 27. Like, fuck you if you're that person. Fuck you if you're that person. If you ever compare championships, what have you fucking done for me lately? The Astros have you right now, all right? You just shut the fuck up and you take it. Like the Astros had to do forever. I get that.
That sounded super rapey.
It did. It did.
So yeah, terrible towels. So,
Alright, my second not cool.
Sorry, we hijacked the shit out of that one.
Second not cool is second-hand erections.
What?
You're
allowed to use one hand to give them, but if you use 2, that's just...
That's not what I mean.
Okay, sorry.
There's a company, an e-cigarette company that put Viagra.
Erection cigarette.
They put
is what the E stands for.
In the vape, so people have been vaping Viagra, and
Well, wait. So the vape smoke will give other people boners?
No, I think
well,
it's
yeah,
just
'cause they
you.
like they blow it out. Secondhand smoke, secondhand erection.
I might start vaping now.
What?
Oh my god! Like, so you're telling me I can walk into Times Square and just make 600 people get boners?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm hopefully never going back to New York, so that probably won't happen. But oh my god, we can have Chris do it.
I'm down for that.
Like, I assume Chris probably thinks vaping is douchey as shit because I feel like me and him are on the same wavelength on a lot of things.
I don't vape, but if somebody were to pay me to endorse a vaping company, I would 100% do it.
Oh
Just-
yeah, 100. I'd start
just
vaping.
so I could just say, like, I just want to just make my entire advertising campaign be like, do you even vape, bro? Like, bro, do you vape? Are you vaping, bro? Bro, you don't vape?
Bro.
Here, try this vape, bro. Like, that would be
Let's vape,
99% of my advertising would just be like, bro, you're not vaping? Get with whatever. Insert vape brand name. I don't know. Like, Pass Gray Podcast, if you guys want to hit us
Pass
up.
the vape.
And that would be, if any vape company that sponsors Pass Gray Podcast answers at passgraypod.com. Is that the easiest way to reach you, Robert?
Uh-huh.
If they reach Robert out are you Robert Barbosa at Robert? Or at passgraypod.com, right? You're Robert at robertbarbosa.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, Pastor Gravy email. You have a PTG email, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Robert at passgraypod.com.
What's the last time you checked it?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, so Robert at
We could,
robertbarbosa.com.
you know, you should check it in. We might have some fire.
Look, answers at passthroughapod.com. Hit us up on that. If you're a vape company, we will pimp the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
I'm saying we're a free agent. We will whore ourselves out. If you want us to say only
I
nice
will
things,
change
I will
all
stop
of my
saying,
views
like
for endorsements.
100%. Just change our views. Just sponsor us. Give us a little bit of cash.
I have
That's all we do.
zero integrity.
I mean, honestly. Somebody was Ashley Madison was being talked about as like endorser the other day, and they were like, they're not doing it, but they were talking about like when they used to do it, and I was talking to somebody who's like, yeah, I just said no, I'm not gonna do that. Like that just goes against what I believe in, and I was like,
I don't believe in anything.
I was like, I would have done it for money. They paid me, I would have done it.
I believe in cold hard.
I wouldn't have used it,
shit.
but I would have fucking told people to go use it.
Are you a piece of shit? Do you want to cheat on the person you're with? Ashley Madison.
I don't, but if you want to, that's tight.
You want to put your thing in other holes that aren't the ones that you're supposed to be putting it in? Ashley Madison.
Also, they're like 90% bots, so it's probably not gonna happen anyways.
Can't get an erection, but are afraid of taking pills.
Take a vape. Vape it up, bitches.
Hit that vape.
Pass the vape, bitch. I like that.
I was trying to find a way to turn vape and boners into one word, but it doesn't work.
And you know, if we got like a vape company to hop on board, we could have like a gravy flavored vape. You know, that's.
I'd like seriously
Coming
like
next.
if I got involved with a vape, like sorry, no offense to this podcast, but if I get involved with a vape company, I'm making them have a leather flavored vape.
You eat leather?
I used to chew. Anybody that played baseball, you know, you chew on your glove and that leather. That shit's dope.
That doesn't taste good.
It tastes awesome.
I don't think it tasted good.
You're wrong.
All right. Well, so those were your not cool, so?
Yeah.
All right. Well, mine aren't
Why
great.
why-
Actually,
hold on. Sorry to interrupt. Why don't we have a gravy scented Little M yet?
I don't know. We're working on it.
Can be like
It's a startup company.
a partnership with Whataburger. The Whataburger gravy.
Oh my!
The white gravy?
God. Well, it's Whataburger.
Whataburger
Yeah, it's
gravy.
the only gravy they serve. Is
I mean, they also have there's also brown gravy, but not Whataburger.
No, because white gravy is Southern gravy.
White gravy seems a little racist.
No, it's Southern gravy.
I like my gravy colored.
Get out of the state.
Okay, racist.
Go back to Atlanta where you guys
Excuse
can say
me.
colored.
Yeah, that did actually almost sound worse. I take that back. Robert, cut that part out.
I like my colored gravy and my colored greens.
Don't say that. Don't say. All right, I got some really stupid.
You don't call them collared people, okay?
The fact that they're making another Grinch is not
Yeah,
cool.
like, what?
Look,
Why?
like, I didn't even know this was a thing until like 2 days ago, and I was like, "What?
You haven't
Wait.
seen the movie?
This is so dumb. This is so like Jim Carrey. It ends with Jim Carrey. Jim
Well,
Carrey.
it's smart.
No, but I
It's smart
you had
because it's
the-
going to make $1 billion.
I hate it though. You had the original cartoon. That was okay. That was fine. That was fantastic. And then you had the Jim Carrey one, which is funny. And you're just like, that's it. We don't need another one. I don't need two. I don't need two. I don't need three.
I'm 100% on board with you, but I will say this. This better be the last one.
It's not, and you know it's not.
You've got a cartoon.
You know it's not.
You've got a live action. Now you've got a CGI. Fucking end it.
You know it's not going to be.
Fucking end it. Really, we did not need Jim Carrey's, but it was great.
Jim Carrey's was so good.
It was so
Grab it
good.
back, Max.
I mean, it's nothing will ever beat the original. The original was perfect. But God, and from what I've
Cindy
heard
Lou
of the
Who, lead
reviews,
singer of God damn it, I can't remember her name.
I'm gonna interrupt people and not know what I'm talking
you
about
keep going,
because
keep
I'm
going.
Alex. This is what I do. I'm a piece of shit. I'm Alex. I talk about things that make Pat have to make up songs.
Taylor
on the
Momsen.
spot. Good, because I was really running out of material there.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. So I was just kind of let. Actually, I had the answer a while back. I was just kind of letting you go.
So, lead singer of what?
She was on Gossip Girl.
Oh, so I went through a whole song.
Pretty
All you can
Reckless.
do is
Pretty
go-
Reckless.
Okay, I don't know.
Lead
who that
singer
is
of Pretty
anyway.
Reckless, but she's really hot, and she was Cindy Lou Who. So FYI. Yeah. So that like the Grinch just having like another reboot. Like we don't need that.
It's
I'm
probably
fucking,
gonna be dope though. You know that.
I don't think so, because the voice doesn't sound Grinchy.
It doesn't.
It
but
sounds just like a white guy's like, "Hi, I'm the Grinch.
Hi.
I don't like Christmas. Do you like Christmas? Because I don't."
The Who's are bad people. I'm gonna ruin their time.
Like Jim Carrey sounded like the Grinch. The original.
Ooh, could
the
you
original
imagine
one
if
was
they
just
had
the
Casey Kasem
face.
as the Grinch?
I'm Casey Kasem, and here's the Grinch.
Christmas is a bad time. Now I'm gonna steal all their presents while playing a song from 1962.
A long distance dedication from Whoville. This goes out to the Grinch. I hope it warms your cold, dark heart.
I really hope there's at least one
This is
person listening
Black
right
Hole
now
Sun.
that has no idea who Casey Kasem is. Like, do imagine if we did have 13-year-old listeners, they'd be like, "Who the fuck is Casey Kasem?" And
You're
we'd
really
be-
into 13-year-olds this episode.
I don't know. Like, I want young viewers because I want to poison the youth of. Like, if somebody's gonna poison the
Okay,
youth of America,
okay.
I think it should be me. Because
Yeah, you're a pretty good candidate.
I want them to think like me.
All right. I'm on board with that.
Like, I'm a piece of shit, but like I'm a realist.
Uh-oh, it's knock-knock joke time. What do we got, B-jokes? What do we got? Bobby jokes, bringing the jokes. Now he's really giving us jokes.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Deja.
Deja
who.
who.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there? Did you see keep going?
Just keep going.
That's good. That's good. I'll accept it. All right. Then I had one more, and it's just like, have you ever tried to fill a prescription and they didn't have the like?
Because I don't take care of myself.
Okay. Well, I was getting an Adderall refill, and I went to like 4 different pharmacies that was like, hey, do you have this? Like, well, we don't have this. I was like, well, can you like order it? Like, I don't need it today. Like, if I can just get it like by like this week, that'd be easier. We don't do that. I just like, God damn it. Like, why don't you make these things? If I am giving you
Just go to
a
Walgreens.
need for it, Walgreens, CVS. I went to 2 CVS's, 2 Walgreens.
And they don't have Adderall, and they
No,
don't do Adderall.
One did, but the usual one that I normally go to is like, we don't have it. And I was like, can you not make any more? Like, what's going on? Don't you guys?
No, they cannot make it.
Isn't that what pharmacists do? They
No.
put together pills.
No, pharmacists are not chemists.
What do they fucking do?
They fucking prescribe the
They
shit.
make you
and
show
understand
IDs and they're
it.
assholes about shit, dude.
Hey, my mom's a pharmacist, bro.
I don't know. My pharmacists are always
That's why
assholes.
This was never a problem for me because growing up, I had ADHD, and you know what? I had Adderall, but guess what? My mom was a pharmacist, so I didn't have to do any of this.
What is a pharmacist like? But what do they do?
They make a lot of money.
Okay, doing like what?
Like,
If you're not putting like,
they
I
fulfill
thought
prescriptions.
so. Like you get somebody that sends you. You get somebody that sends you a bunch of Adderall, and then you're like, I can put 30 in here, and here you go.
Well, they make
That's it.
Dude, I don't really know. You think I ever asked my parents?
Your
what
mom.
they
It's your
do?
mom's occupation.
Do you ask your mom what she does?
Yeah.
Like, Mom, how do you teach?
I know like half the songs she fucking sings to her
Okay.
class.
What does your dad do?
My dad, he's
Exactly.
regional manager.
You don't know what the fuck he does.
Regional manager for Dakota Hardwoods, and he sells like hardwoods that you go and you put hardwoods on your fucking
Okay,
floor.
so
He's
can
like,
you do it?
I could. I mean, I obviously could not because I don't fucking do his job. But like,
I didn't ever really ask my parents what they did.
I don't know. But I'm saying like my dad like travels and he sells shit that like you're like I'm gonna put this floor in my restaurant. Like I'm gonna put this in my house. Like that's what he does. That's his job. Like I can explain what he does. Like what does a fucking
See, that's the thing.
pharmacist
My
do?
dad, I've never been able to explain what he does. He does like, he worked for Cisco for years as like brand development manager.
For Cisco?
Yeah.
Thong Song?
Cisco Foods.
Oh.
Yeah. Brand development manager. So like he puts people in contact with like food brands. That's the best I've ever been able to do it. Me and Wheezy are just having a
Yeah,
battle
been playing fetch with Wheezy for a bit now, huh?
No, tug of war.
Tug of War.
I'm loving it.
Wheezy's a big fan of Tug of War.
So how did we start
Wheezy's
talking about
a big.
our parents?
No, I was talking about just. I was talking about prescriptions, where I was like, it's just a pain in the ass. We're like, do you have this? No. Like, can you? I don't know. Can you order it? Like, you guys are a pharmacy, right? Like, say, hey, this guy needs
yeah,
this.
that seems a little ridiculous.
Maybe send it to there, and I'll come pick it up. This is close to my apartment. Like, this is super convenient for me. So that was not cool. Let's move along to our final
Butthole's
segment
not
of the
cool.
week, so Robert can get home. Our final segment of the week is the answer segment. And back in the day, when I was just a young fella, I was told by a teacher that there's no such thing as a stupid question.
Just
and
stupid people.
I remember thinking that, hey, I could just ask anything then. And I remember raising my hand and being laughed at because I apparently asked a stupid question. I
You
was
asked
like,
if babies come from buttholes.
I didn't ask that. I knew not to ask that because I knew that it was wrong. I didn't know where they came from at that point, but I knew that it wasn't buttholes. And then I was like, one day when I get in charge of anything, I am going to just tell people there is really no such thing as a stupid question. I will answer that. And so I'm making good to my 4th grade self. This is the answer segment where you are encouraged to send us anything.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Question, bitch. I know he said Shrek, but I would have liked him to say bitch. So basically, you can send us your answers, questions. Hashtag with PTG answers. That helps us find them better. Answers is very confusing. Hashtag PTG answers at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dion, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. You can also email them to us, answers at passthegravypod.com. All right, let's get to our first question of the week. It comes from our boy Skylar Lester. He took a week off. He had a bye week. I guess it was his bye week.
Oh my God, it's Skylar!
That's his Twitter at OMG. It's Skylar. Since tall people are expected to get things that are out of reach for short people, what would be considered offensive if a tall person dropped something and asked a short person to pick it up?
Sure. What didn't it originally say? Would it be offensive? I think that's what he means. Would it be offensive if you ask a short person to pick up something for you when you drop it on the floor? Because the what?
Well, I get it.
Both ways. What would be? I mean, I don't know what would be offensive if you drop it on the floor, but
because you're always like, oh, you're tall. Can you get that on top of the fridge?
Yeah, I get it. But
if you drop something under the couch, you'd be like, hey, get that.
I don't think.
Hey,
there's
JC.
Specific. But if I was holding a pen and I dropped it, and I had a 5-foot tall person next to me, I'd be like, hey, pick it up.
I think it's different because if you're small, if you're shorter, you have to get up and use a stool, or stand on something. But if you're tall, you can always you can just lean over and still get something.
Hurt my back though.
Lumbar.
Here's the thing.
Lumbar
if
support.
you're gonna get angry at me for you to, if you're gonna get angry at me asking you to pick something up because you're short, don't ever ask me to grab something off a top shelf.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It goes both ways. So no, I don't think it's offensive, but I'm not that tall.
But he says what would be considered offensive if a tall person asked someone short to grab?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he meant to say what would.
I think here's something that would be offensive. If you're like, hey, I just dropped a quarter. Can you pick that up for me?
Or
that would be pretty offensive.
What if it was a ruler or a yardstick? So when they picked up the yardstick, you could see how far up them it went. Oh, that might be offensive.
That'd be offensive.
Like if you were standing next to JC.
You know what, Skylar? I think this is a real double standard we're saying here. I think short people get to be upset about everything. These days. That's why I like people like Jose Altuve, who just he was short, but he overcame his surroundings.
Hey, I'm just going to play baseball.
Matt Damon.
I'm going to
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Wow,
that's big. Big name.
It's
wow.
big, unlike me.
I love Matt
Jose.
Damon. Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Matt Damon? Wow. You talking about Matt? Wow.
I love his movies.
That's my favorite Jose Altuve. Every time
the greatest thing
ever since we have played that, anytime anybody talks about Jose Altuve, I'm like, wow. Matt Damon?
That's big.
Matt Damon. I also can't anytime I see Matt Damon on it, I'm like, Matt Damon. Wow.
Now if I ever meet Jose Altuve, I'm like, hey, did you hear?
But how about Matt Damon, bro?
Matt Damon's a big fan of you.
I love Jose Altuve.
Do you love his movies?
I hope he's healthy. Yeah, so just it's a double standard. It's a double standard.
What would be offensive? I would say a ruler or a yardstick.
Or a nickel or a quarter.
Why? That's just
because you're making them pick up change and hand it to you. That's pretty
offensive. Yeah, but that's
offensive.
something you could drop. Change is a very
but if you're like, hey, will you give me that
out.
quarter? I'd be like, fuck you. That's my quarter. I just got it. I picked it up. You pick it up.
Now, if you were walking by and you go, hey, give me that.
But if you dropped a quarter, I'd be like, that's mine now.
I'm going to go with both answers both ways. No, it's not offensive
Robert,
to
what do you
ask them
think?
to pick it up.
Yeah, the quarter thing, probably.
Solid response.
I don't even get why that's offensive.
Just because you're like, hey, bitch, I dropped my money. Pick it up.
Yeah.
You're short. I can't lean over.
But if they were fumbling with their money, it went on a shelf, I'd grab it for them. I want to be like, oh, you can't reach the money, it's mine.
Oh, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be like, that's mine now.
You're not even tall.
I found it.
I know, but if it was taller, if I'm the tallest guy in the room with you, then we're cool. I'm probably not doing that, but I would.
You know who could have answered this for us?
JC.
Russell. because he's tall.
Russell is tall. Russell's
So
like 7 foot.
So he's got
I'm pretty sure Russell's like 7'5".
he's got a distinct advantage.
Like there's like Yao Ming and then Russell Stewart, our big brother pool winner, are like basically the same height. Like maybe Yao's a little taller. But like Russell Stewart is one of the tallest human beings. He's half tree. It's proven.
Is he an Ent?
I don't know what that is.
From Lord of the Rings, the tree people.
Didn't watch that, so
God, you unnerd.
watch the first one. Yeah, maybe I'm just too cool.
You're such a nerd.
I'm
you
too
won't even
cool
watch
to
it.
even watch Lord of the Rings.
I bet you preferred the books, you nerd.
I don't read. Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter says, "Do you think Jehovah's Witnesses get mad on Halloween when random kids show up at their door?"
Only if they dress up as Jehovah's Witnesses.
Have you ever had him knock on your door?
Jehovah's?
Yeah. Like Jehovah himself, I mean.
Well, yeah.
I was like, Je, come on in, bro.
I mean, I knock on my own door all the time.
Come on, let's witness this.
I'm God.
No, I've had it happen a couple of times,
And I'm just like, dude, like I remember one time like it happened, and I was like, I'm Catholic. This isn't gonna work.
I remember
the door.
I've had it happen 2 times, and one of the times I was like, yeah, man, I'm not interested. And the other time, it was at like my very first apartment that I lived in with Emma, and it was like a Sunday, and I remember the Giants were playing. I was like, hey, man, like this is an NFL Sunday.
I've noticed they're not really pushy people.
They're not, and they were, oh, okay.
They're
well,
just
here,
like, hey,
they give you the pamphlet, and they head up on their way.
Are you interested to talk? Like I remember one time in high school, I was like, my parents aren't home, and they're like, okay, well here's a pamphlet. That's usually all they do is they go, well, here's a pamphlet. Goodbye.
But like, it's a
I think
different. Like, if you're nicer to them, like, and to most people, if you're just like, no thanks, instead of like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, so many people are. I know what you're doing, Robert. I'm not gonna. That's not okay. Unless you're not. Unless
Robert wants to shock us.
Robert's
so
knocking.
much.
He wants to tell us knock jokes. So tell us a knock joke now. Tell us a goddamn knock joke that really backfired on your part because Wheezy's a good team player. Way to go, Wheezy. Way to go.
Good
Somebody's
girl.
getting treats.
Who's your good girl?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Cash.
Cashew.
I prefer peanuts.
It's so dumb. I love it.
That was pretty great. Do I think Jehovah? I don't think they get mad. I don't think they get mad because
No.
like there's the old
They understand the tradition.
but the old rule was like if you don't want trick or treaters coming to your house, you turn your porch light off, right?
You turn all your lights off.
But like there's no like porch light. Basically, it was like if a porch light's
Yeah.
on, like that's a house you go to.
Yeah.
And when the porch light's not off or not on, you're just like, all right, we're skipping this house. That was what I was conditioned as
Yeah.
a kid to know. And it was like, I remember there was, I don't know if they were Jehovah's Witnesses. They were just like not into Halloween or whatever, but like it was this, like their daughter went to school with me and she never celebrated like birthdays or anything, which is I know is a Jehovah's Witness thing. But she was, like they never ever had the lights on. And I was like, that's just, you walk past Alyssa's house. And it's weird. Alyssa Irby. I don't know if I don't
I
know
was
what
gonna say
she
down
did,
the street
but
from me.
I lived in Atlanta.
The Greens, they were good. You know, they were my babysitters growing up. Everything, but they were like super Baptist, so like they weren't into Halloween because it was like, you know, Hallows Eve, devil shit or whatever
Allegedly.
the reasoning was. But like everyone knew, they just kept their lights off. They went to the movies that night.
That's what's up.
Everyone knew. You just skip the Greens house. It's all good.
Yeah, and as long as you got some system like that, you're good.
Yeah.
But I don't think Jehovah's Witnesses get pissed. And honestly, they are really like some of like the nicest people.
They probably actually
You
have
have to be
candy.
nice.
They probably have candy, and they probably give you candy and a pamphlet.
Maybe ask for candy from the Jehovah's Witnesses.
They probably have a pamphlet. Like they probably give you a pamphlet with like a piece of candy in it. Honestly,
Dude, okay, so I didn't say this, but like
they're actually usually pretty chill people.
cheap Halloween costume, I thought, for couples costume. All right, you ready? You know how they have thing 1, thing 2?
Mm-hmm.
And like you can go with like a whole group. You're a couple though, so guy is me 1, girl is me 2. Like, that's just you buy the iron-on letters,
That's
and
great.
then done.
When you're when you're
Just
across the body,
you get a white T-shirt.
what him one? I don't get it.
No,
Wait,
it's
hold on, let me
it's
bring my
me
girlfriend over
1,
here.
me 1,
Or
me 2.
one, me one.
And like just it's like I'm just saying, if you're on a budget, you and your girl are going to a party right now. Try that. That's probably gonna kill.
Or if you're gay guys, maybe him one and him two.
No, it'd still be me.
No, him two though was another.
But
one.
me 2 can be guys as well. Cause didn't what's his face?
But him-
Old Spice guy,
But him two is
Terry Crews.
specifically
Terry
for
Crews
guys.
got me too'd.
Why are you licking my pocket?
Because your pocket probably has like food in it or whatever.
That's true. I mean, that I'm fat, so that's
I
understandable.
mean, good thing on a Ouija
No,
board. All right.
I don't think they get pissed. I mean, they're chill people. They probably
Yeah.
already have candy ready.
I mean, they have ties on. You can't be that pissed if you're
Yeah.
riding a bike in a tie.
You know what's funny?
You're already pissed.
Or, I don't know if this is funny or actually just a dickhead thing. In high school,
Probably
I-
B, since you had to say it.
I didn't have a car, but like my best friend Nick, I used to make sure that every CD that we had Bicycle Race on it by Queen. So that if we passed Jehovah's on bicycles, we'd roll down the windows and blare it. Most of them laughed.
Did they?
Yeah. I remember one time sitting at by the Kroger on Mason and what's that, Westgate or not Westgate, Fry.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's dude sitting there and we're at the stoplight. We start blaring it and they look over us, dying laughing.
Were they at the stop? They were just like in the
they were,
street.
like, no, they were in the like they were out there waiting for the the go hand to go so they could.
First
ride across.
off,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be in the street if you're a biker. Like I get
They
that
weren't in the
that's-
street. Like
Oh,
they were on the sidewalk.
Okay. Oh wait, you mean like you could just ride on the fucking street or on the sidewalk and not be an asshole to everybody else and be
everywhere
okay?
has sidewalks though.
All right, our next question comes from our boy Daniel Tom Chesson. Daniel Tom Chesson at Daniel_Blake says, if you're a pitcher, are you automatically considered an alpha? Now I'm assuming, not considering. I'm assuming he means like gay sex.
That's what, because otherwise I don't get it.
Because pitcher and catcher, right? Like you're pitching, you're on top. You're catching, you're on bottom. I don't know, because you can have gay sex on top, can you?
But here's the thing. Also, there's
wait.
such a thing as power bottoms.
Honest question. What? Okay, explain that to me. I don't understand.
I don't know.
that.
Apparently, you just see like in porn, like when you see the chick is in doggy style,
Let's
but
find
she's
out.
the one doing the fucking. Like she's doing. I assume that's just what a power bottom does.
I mean, sure. Like,
I don't know.
Urban Dictionary will tell me here. Hold on. Someone, especially a gay man, who forcefully or dominantly assumes the receptive role in intercourse as opposed to being passive.
So yeah, they're fucking you from the receiving end.
Okay.
Yeah. Power bottom.
All right. So, like you would say, if you're a pitcher, are you automatically considered an alpha? Like, are we talking baseball though, or are we just talking sex? Because baseball, I don't necessarily think you're considered the alpha.
Not necessarily
for sure.
gay, because there's Tyler Bauer and he's a bitch.
That's a good point. But I would say sex-wise, if you're a pitcher, I typically I am not one of those that like likes to play the alpha beta game in sex. It's just like that's whatever you want to make of it.
Whoever's got more energy at the time. There
But
you go, run with
I
it.
think like we could both be alphas. You could both be alphas in that situation if you want to be. I don't want to put labels on anybody. I want to tell you what you can and can't do. If you want to be the power bottom, that's the alpha on bottom, that's tight. So I don't think that if you're a pitcher, you are necessarily considered the alpha.
Not automatically.
It's a good question, Daniel, though.
Good question.
Good question. It really made us think there, and we learned a little bit today, I think. Andrew Alderman writes in and says, what would a group of Bigfoots be called? And he gives us a couple of options. A group of Bigfoots, would they be called Bigfoots, Big Feet, Big Feets, Big Feetsies, or Big Footsies?
You're wrong on all accounts. They're squatches.
Oh, because Sasquatch.
Sasquatches are squatches, bro.
I like Big Feets. Or Bigfoots. I like Bigfoots, actually. Like, I think that seems like the most logical.
The most logical one would be the Bigfoots.
Big Footsies would probably be my favorite of the options that I was given.
Oh, yeah. Bigfootsicles.
Ooh, fuck. Those are good. That's good. Big Footsicles?
Actually, that'd be, but Yetis, though.
Yep.
Because that's
All
what.
right, I take that back.
But they're squatches, bro. That's what they are.
Robert, what say you?
So I'm gonna go a completely different route. I don't like any of the options.
But there were 4 options. We have to pick one of the options.
No, I don't.
It's a multiple choice question.
No, I
I'm
know
answering
the
the
answer, though. It's squatches.
So the way things are described are always weird, like a murder, a crows, pride of lions, gaggle of geese. So I'm gonna go with like a laughter of foots.
I like that.
Holy
A
shit.
laughter of foots.
I was so anti what you were about to say until you said it. And my God, Robert.
Yeah.
They're a laughter of foots.
The fucking-
100%.
Holy shit, we got a whole laughter of them coming. God damn it, watch out.
Just Bobby jokes out of left
He like
field.
does it like he was like, fuck this. I just want to get home, hang out with my girlfriend on her birthday. Just you guys, can you fucking wrap up this podcast? And then he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna come here and I'm just gonna fucking bring the pitchfork and just shove it down here and just say, fuck you guys that's in this goddamn podcast. And that was what he did. That's what he fucking did. That's how we love Bobby jokes. It's a fucking laughter of foots.
Like, if we didn't have to name this podcast like Knocktober,
Laughter of Foots would be 100% what the name of it would be.
I want to rename the podcast Laughter of Foots.
That might have been like that's not necessarily the greatest answers question ever asked. That might have been the greatest answer ever given.
100%.
Do we have to add a category to the gravies?
Yes. I think we just did.
We have best listener, we have best tweeter. We also are going to have best questions to answer, and one of us three will win it.
It's definitely that's the front runner now.
I mean, Robert, like I don't want to concede completely because I'd like to say that I obviously
I don't see us beating it though.
I don't. I really don't.
But now we know what we're shooting for.
We're behind the 8 ball.
Now we know what we're shooting for.
A laughter of
foots.
Holy shit, that's
good.
good.
That's phenomenal.
A+. You know what? I hated you a little bit for shocking me today. But now I'm forgiving you. So this is all forgiven.
You know what? You just earned yourself a beer. Go grab one.
Also, tell us a joke. Tell me a joke, funny man.
Oh, he's the funny man.
Tell me a joke, funny man.
I'll tell that entire joke right now. It's memorized, seared in my brain.
So I actually have a different kind of joke. That's not a knock-knock one. No, we're going a little off book here.
It's not Knocktober.
So I'll tell knock-knock one after.
Okay. As long as we get one.
So, what's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke? Timing.
Robert telling me.
Did you not get it?
I did.
That's phenomenal.
I already had an answer in my head before he finished it. That was pretty great.
All right. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Razor.
Razor who?
Raise your hands. This is a stick-up.
That's how you know you're getting
so bad.
That's what you call a home invasion knock-knock joke.
That's how you know you're getting to the end of your list of
Boom.
knock-knock jokes.
Hey.
I really am.
I liked it. That was pretty good. Okay, our final question of the week comes from, this can't be a real name, Pistachio Fernandez. Pistachio Fernandez.
It's his Twitter name.
It is his Twitter name, so that's a real name. At Pistachio Fern. Shout out Pistachio Fern. Love you for hitting us up with all the questions. Pistachio Fern, at Pistachio Fern, Pistachio Fernandez says, what does, quote, assign policy, unquote, button, or what does that, quote, assign policy, unquote, button at the top of Outlook mean?
Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, Pistachio.
Is that like the mail?
None of us use Outlook, so we don't know what you're
Is
talking about.
that like the mail service? Like Outlook Express, because I use that. I don't ever remember assign policy being a button that was put up there. We said there's no such thing as a stupid question. We're going to answer every question that we're sent, except for one. But this is a question, I'm going to answer it. I don't understand it enough.
I mean, I Googled it, and when I'm reading, I don't even understand.
Just read us off. This is great. This is great podcasting, too.
Well, that's not made for mobile, because that page was just basically computer code that I clicked on.
No, just read us the computer code. M/4YZZZ.
Here's what I've gotten so far. Right-click on the folder and select Properties. 2. Go to the Policy tab. 3. At the bottom of the window, select the type of archive policy you want and apply the drop-down menu labeled Move Items to the archive when older. So I hope that helped.
You know who's listening right now that I'm pretty sure is listening? Enrique Ramon.
Yes.
This dude is a G when it comes to shit like this. I bet he knows exactly what it's for.
It basically means like you set the policy for how long your messages will be saved.
So like sent messages or received messages?
I feel like I feel like Pistachio probably understands this very well. But was like hoping we would know too and have a funny joke to make from it. But really, you just confused the shit out of
He assumed that we
everyone
all
here.
like worked in like real like cubicles where like we know things about work and shit, and it's like, yeah, we're dumb. We're just. I'm not saying like we're just dumb. We don't know any of this
email
stuff.
For to receive the show page every week and delete lots of things from Blanton, Bourbon, and Copenhagen, and other random crap that I get emails from.
How
That's what I
okay?
use
Let's
email
go. Like what would you say? Just estimating, like, because you all get the spam mails, and like you don't have a iPhone. You swipe left on it, right? You swipe left to delete the emails, right?
You can do that in Gmail.
You can do, dude. I literally have to go into it and fucking just because I usually wait till I get about 100. Then I go and I select them all. I go to move. I go to trash, and then I have to delete them.
But like that, like you swipe left and then it's gone.
No. That's, I do not have that delete button. Look at
Okay,
this.
but you swipe
Look at
hard
this.
left. You swipe hard left.
Swipe hard left. I have more archive, more flag
shit.
and archive. So I can't delete. I literally have to select all of my emails, move them to the trash, and then go into trash, select them all again, and then delete
This
them.
is super great podcasting too. But
Which, by the way, no, I hope Enrique.
No, I get it.
Somebody tell me how to.
Enrique is
tell
my
me how to
go-to
change-
computer guy.
Tell
I've
me
hit
how to
him up.
change my settings to where I can just delete things in my email folder because it does not give me the option.
There was one time where I was trying to change something on our website, and I don't know dick about our website, and we don't have money, so obviously I'm doing we're doing like one of the three of us is doing any website.
One of the two
management.
of you. It's not me.
Okay. So it's either
I'd
me,
like to say
me
I
or Robert
contribute, but I
doing
don't.
website management. And while we sort of know what we're doing, I don't know anything about like HTML. I don't know anything. And I remember one time like I just like basically lost our website, and it was like, oh god, like there was just like random like so it looked like somebody punched a keyboard and those were the letters that popped up on the screen, and then it said like error, and I was like, hey man, I don't know what fucking happened. Can you help me? And Enrique was just like, yo, bro, do this. And like in like 3 steps, I was able to fix our website, and he saved my ass. So Enrique Ramon is a fucking G. He knows about computers. I'm sure he's dealt with Outlook. I betcha he'll hit us up at PassierPod. Let us know. And if you want to also tag at Pistachio Fern and let Pistachio know like, hey, this is what's going on with that on Outlook. I'm sure that'll happen too. So we didn't necessarily answer the question, but we kind of did because Pat found something on Google. But other than that, like we told you where someone will answer the question. So Enrique, ball's in your court. He's like, God damn it! Now I have chores. I hope I bet he listens. I hope he listens to it like three weeks from now too. I don't really hope he listens. I hope he listens to it like 4 days from now. He's like, shit! I gotta do all this. Fuck. All right, let me find it out. But yeah, I don't know what the assign policy button at the top of Outlook means. So if you guys have like a real job where you like really have to use email and stuff. I mean, I use email every day, but like,
Is yours Gmail?
I have a Gmail, but I also have my like work email
See, this is Gmail,
and my podcast
so
email.
From what I'm googling right now, I feel like Gmail makes it more difficult.
Well, just but how many emails do you think you delete a day?
Oh, I don't. Like I said, I usually wait till I get about 100, 130, and then I go through and select them all and delete them.
What about you,
That's
Rob?
annoying. A day at least.
Because I do them. You do them daily,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't want.
Yeah.
I always
I
need
hate.
to.
Like, do you ever see the people that have like Chris Hogan used to have like he would show me his fucking like
And
his
it's
phone,
20,000
and it would have like
emails.
1,477 emails. I'm like, how are you breathing? How do you breathe?
Well, you realize how much phone
seeing
space
that?
you're taking.
But like what I have right now, I have 66 emails, and I don't want to say I'm not stressing, but I'm
Well, I've got 12.
my mind. I'm like, God damn it, I gotta go check my phone after this podcast.
After I go through the 130 and delete them, I'm like, dude, okay, I'm just gonna start keeping up with this and deleting the 3.
I
every
probably
day that I
delete
get.
about 40
and then I never do.
emails that are bullshit emails, either with stuff that I've previously ordered, where it's like NFLshop.com's like, also they have Giants new things in the store, and then like, oh, if I ever bought Ticketmaster anything, if I ever did anything like I probably delete like 40 to 60 emails a day.
Yeah. In Gmail, a lot of those are sorted out, so I actually never see them.
Yeah.
I never see.
I don't
them,
know how to sort them out. Do you just go push it? Like, is there a button you can hit to send to junk?
Of my 12 emails sitting there right now, 5 of them are from Yahoo Sports for my fantasy team. So, like, I got that. Pizza Hut, Blanton's Bourbon, Amazon.com.
All right, what do I got?
Like, I got random bullshit.
This is a really
Literally,
riveting podcast.
like I
too.
said, the one email I need a week is the one that you send me that has the prep page for this.
SeatGeek. I have work.
See, that's the thing. I don't have
Podcast,
work. I work in a restaurant.
t-shirt
I don't
place.
have work emails.
DraftKings, Spam Central.
DraftKings, I got
work,
them in there.
Walmart.
I've
work.
got one from Universal Life Church, which is where I'm ordained as a minister.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, you can marry me and Emma.
Yeah. I think I still actually.
If we wanted to get
I think in
married. If
Texas,
we
I
wanted to
still
get
actually
married.
have to get my license to marry you.
Not if you're in my book.
But I'm licensed to marry in any religion.
Would you wear a collar?
If you want me to.
I definitely want you to.
I mean, I'll marry you.
Oh,
marry
would you
you
wear a
in-
shot collar?
I'll wear an Eli Manning jersey for you and marry you. I feel like you'd
what
like
if
that
you wore
more.
an Eli Manning jersey with a shot collar, and then you try to throw the ball to me at the very end, but Emma intercepts it?
I mean, I'm down.
That would be the most Eli Manning thing ever.
Just please let
right
me know
now.
if you guys get married. Think of me first.
I
I would love to marry you, like Joey from Friends.
and on that, wait, how many people have you married before?
None.
Okay.
No. Are you kidding me? I've tried to let friends let me
Well,
marry
no,
them,
no,
and
no.
they refuse.
My whole thing is like I was gonna say like, what is the divorce rate? Because if you were like, well, I've married 2 and they've both been divorced, so I'd be like, I'm probably not gonna get married with you, buddy.
No, like I've tried to get my friends to at least consider me for when they get married in the future, and all of my friends are like, no, we're not giving you any part in our wedding other than standing there. And I was like, you guys
Stand there and don't say shit.
because they know I'm gonna get drunk at their wedding,
I get
and
you.
they don't want a shit-faced guy, right? You take the lady.
Do you let me be a wedding husband
Are you sure you want to marry this
to
guy?
have and told?
I saw this guy shit his pants in college. You can marry him.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. All right, this is your last out. All right, it's done. Damage is done.
Do you take his penis to be in you forever?
You're gonna fucking right? You have to say that once.
And
No,
I don't know.
say that.
And I
say
don't know
that.
why none of my friends won't let me do it.
I bet you get one friend right across from you that will.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
But-
Man, this went off the rails at the end.
It
but I
did.
felt like it was a good one.
I thought it was a pretty solid
wa-
podcast.
it was a
which
good
probably
one.
means it was shit. But okay, hey, you know what? I think we did pretty good. If you guys have any
They
questions,
call me Minister Patrick in this email. I like that.
do they not call you father?
No, I'm a minister.
Why don't you-
It's not just for the Catholic Church. It's
Oh my
all
God. Well,
religions.
could we refer to you as Father?
I
Pat.
fucking will make you.
I mean, I would have done that in any way.
Father Pat. That just rolls off the tongue.
It just seems like it makes sense,
Father Pat.
and it seems way more official than just like.
What do you need, my child?
It has been 17 days since my last confession. It actually been like 100,017 days since my last confession, but it's been my entire life since my last confession.
You're supposed to confess before you get confirmation as a Catholic. I never confessed and I still got confirmed.
You've never ever confessed?
Beat the system. No, never.
Have you-
I was also like a year and a half older than all the other kids that did it. I don't know why. I just was.
I never understood it. It's like you guys know you're ratting yourself out, man. Right?
But you're just like you're confessing
Straight up.
your sins,
Straight up. Priest.
and Jesus forgives you for it.
God knows what you did. Priest isn't God.
That's what I'm saying. They
Priest
already know.
isn't God.
God already knows what I did.
Priest,
He knows.
Priest isn't God. Priest doesn't know. Priest just tells God. Like, why would I snitch on myself when
Especially 'cause,
it's like, hey, I don't know when I'm gonna die, but whenever I go, then that's when I'm gonna pay for all that shit.
Confirmation when I'm like you're 13, supposed to be giving confessional. Forgive me, Father. I jacked off 37 times this week.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like the priest doesn't. Hopefully, the priest doesn't want to hear that.
Like that'd be a hell of a podcast if you just had like people's confessions. Like no names or anything. It has been so and so, and like they just bleep out names or whatever. Like that would be a fucking killer podcast.
Taxi cab confessionals. Now we have podcast confessionals.
Priest confessionals.
We just set up a microphone in a church somewhere.
I think we'll be onto something. That'd be the newest podcast in the Passive Gray Podcast Network. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Hey, let's go fucking Astros, guys. Let's go Astros. I think they got this time. I think they're gonna win Game 4. I'm hopeful of Game 5. But at Passive Gray Pod, follow us on the Twitter. Until next week, happy Knocktober. Until we talk to you guys next week, pass the gravy, bitches.